ignition sequence has started. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have commit and we have liftoff at 2:13. The Saturn V building up to 7.6 million pounds of thrust, and it is clear that
H A H A.
Hola, soy Dora. Can you say puedes hacerme un sándwich? That means can you make me a sandwich in Spanish?
Stop hating Mondays. Be a professional and hate the whole week instead.
Bruh.
One of the wildest species ever to stalk this planet was the human animal. Wild and cunning enough to discover the essence of animal attraction, a scent that turned fear into fascination. Now Cody has bottled this primal essence. Wild musk oil for her, Cody musk cologne for him. One touch, bears 1,000 quivers. Cody Wild Musk. Use it before you stalk.
So
Well, I don't know what to do. Like, we don't have to.
the ratings are.
I'm already regretting that we're doing this.
Oh, I thought you were enjoying it. Okay, no, I'll take it off. It's your show.
Yeah, I'm already like regretting that. Yeah, that we were
very
doing
happy watching yourself.
No.
It's like a monkey in a mirror.
Oh, look who's laughing now! Finally, I never heard you laugh before. He was impressed. He was informed. Jesus Christ! Oh,
That's the line of the day, Bobby Fran.
I don't need this shit, man. My special comes out tomorrow.
This is your show.
What the fuck?
Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Oh, shit.
We're doing it.
Oh, hey, everybody. Cock-a-doodle-doo. What's up, early risers? There it is. It's the early morning rooster. What's up, everybody? Okay, rooster, we get it. Hi, how's everybody doing? What's good, everybody? It is 9 a.m. here on the East Coast. This is BF Live Stream Show 145. It is Wednesday, middle of the week. It is a special early start time. I got some stuff I got to get to today, but I didn't want to not see my friends today. I got to check them with the chat family. Plus, I want to see what everybody else is up to this time of the day. So we're doing a little earlier start time today. It is 9 a.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. That's meaning it's 6 in the morning, so cock-a-doodle-doo. Any cock will do for you. I know how you guys are out there on the West Coast. All right, let's see what we can get into today in the next few hours. We'll see if we can make it a whole 3-hour show today. I got stuff written down, but we go all live here, man. This is live and kind of unscripted. I just lay some stuff out on the sheet. I show up. I see what the chats are building up in the chat family check-in, and we just show up and see what happens every day. Come on, man. What do you want to get into today? So we're going to get into the BF Live other news or the BF Live not so serious news. We're got some good headlines on that one today. Plus, we're going to tag on at the end of that. We're going to tag on a classic miserable men moment with Bob Levy reading the news from back in the miserable men days. Those are always great. Compliments of our friend Cyke Labs. And now, of course, we also have the freshest content from Cyke Labs coming out. My dude is working hard and dropping stuff in my mailbox like, half hour before showtime. Shout out, Cyke. I'm sure I'll be seeing you in the chat. I was kind of surprised because sometimes I know you're out in Colorado, you said. Docs, I told the world. I know you're kind of out that way, so it's a bit early for you. So I wasn't sure if you were going to be up quite this early, but I'm so happy. There's like 45 chats in here. You guys are awesome. Let's see who we can get. I'm shot out of a cannon today, y'all. Shot out of a cannon. I give zero fucks about the debate last night. I saw 0 minutes of coverage of that. That's how little I care about that stuff. I'm hanging out, living life, doing podcasting and prepping and all. So what do you say, folks? Why don't I move over to my funky little news studio? And actually, first, before we get the news, look, I'm jumping ahead because it's early. Let me wake up. First, we got to start with the chat family check-in, of course. Let me remove some stuff from my studio, y'all. Tell me what you're up to today, y'all. Let me know who's in here because I know I probably got some new people, that don't normally see me at this time of the day. So let me know if you're out there. Don't be shy. Come in the chat and let me know what's up. Let me know what you're up to so I can see the comments. I can go to the top of that. I see all kind of cool friends checking in. So why don't I do it? I'll grab my glasses. I'll run my element. You tell me what you're up to this early in the morning on the opening chat family check-in. Let's go.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
Right, talk amongst yourselves. Talk to me. It is BF Live and extra early this morning. Cock-a-doodle-doo, everybody. So let's get in here and see what everybody's up to. I'm going to go right to the top of the chat. And I see my friend Just a Guest checking in, having fun with the Slurpee emojis because he's a member. Thank you, Just a Guest. Good morning to you. Good early morning to you. 2 joints checked in early this morning and said, BF Bobby Live brother, Just a Guest Maine. And I shouted out 2 joints right back. 2 joints says, BF brother, great way to start the day with positive vibes. Thank you. Making you feel the rhythm is my occupation. So feel the vibration. Let's go. Come on, come on. Kahuna Nui's here saying, love the time slot, brother. I was going to send you the link, brother. I know you've been busy trying to catch up on work, but I was going to send you the link, brother. See if you want to join me because, shout out, I know that my friend Bobby Nick might not be here today. If any of you were night owls and you burn it at both ends like I do, you might have seen me on Wendy's show last night. That's right. Me and the lovely Wendy Pack hung out last night. She's always sending me the link, and I promised her that some days when I'm not too busy prepping the show, I'll jump in one night. So I jumped in last night, and then before you know it, we had a party. Bobby Nick showed up, Jason Bardo X showed up, all kind of people showed up. So we had a big old party last night hanging out with Wendy. So I know Bobby burns it at both ends. What's up, Kahuna? Hey, Justa from Kahuna Nui. Technicolor checks in and says, good morning. I'm so glad you found me, Technicolor. Always great vibes, positive vibes out of you when we talk in the chat family. What's up? How you doing, Technicolor? Kahuna Nui says, two joints, good to see ya. Two joints from the Big Kahuna. Good morning from the two joints. Technicolor dude from two joints. Technicolor's getting the love right back from Kahuna. Technicolor says, good morning to two joints, Kahuna Nui. The lovely Sunday Jenna. She gets a kiss. She checks in and she says, my lucky day. BF live in the morning, armchair. Thank you for having fun. How you doing today? The lovely Sunday Jenna. How you doing? Hello, tell Joe I said hello. You know, I know Joe's always lurking over there.
Hi, Joe. How are you doing, Joe?
Good to see you. Good Sunny Jenna says, good morning to Technicolor. Kahuna says, hey to Sunny Jenna. Good morning, BF and everyone. Good morning to you, Sunny Jenna. Great to see you in here. The Big Kahuna's getting the love from Sunny Jenna. Blummel's defense lawyer checks in and says, I'm on my way home. Hoya, everyone. Well, you mentioned it first, so it's time. Let's go. Early morning Hoya.
Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya?
Yeah, you got that, Hoya. Sunny Jenna says, BDL, did you get stuck in Bubba's? Ooh, hey, Blummel's defense lawyer. Cool checks in and says, what's cracking, early bird? What's good, pineapple? How you doing? Yeah, BF Live, we're doing a little different here today. We're doing a little... All right, Rooster, we got it. Yep, doing a little early morning thing. I didn't want to not do a show today. I so hate missing shows, and I hate missing this vibe that I'm getting right now, so I went a little earlier today. So good morning, and I know it's a little later where you're at, Pineapple, so good morning to you, / afternoon. I love 9 a.m. show, says Terry Nee, in the place to be. Well, I'm telling you what, brother, today is Wednesday, so yes, it is the midweek, but normally I'm midday, but this is early day, midweek freaks, if you will. We will be hanging out on the Levyverse tonight, doing replayables, midweek freaks, where we drink, smoke, laugh, and joke. You guys come super chat and spin that wheel, and we get in all kind of fun and trouble over there. I don't know if I could do a 9 a.m. show necessarily the Thursday after our replayables, a late night replayables, but yeah, that's kind of why I'm curious to come to 9 o'clock to see what kind of reaction I get. So thank you for letting me know that you love the 9 a.m. show. The Pineapple's getting the love from Kahuna Nui. Good egg, says our friend Terry Nee. Me too. The Sunday Jenna loves the early time. What's cracking, Kahuna from Cool Pineapple? Hey, Terry from Kahuna Nui. I miss Kai. Well, thank you for coming to my show. Thanks for coming to my show and telling me how much you miss other shows. Why don't you go to a TV show and tell them how much you watch SWAT or whatever? Yeah, whatever. Terry Nee, how you doing? Thanks for letting me know that. What's up, Kai? I'm sure the Mrs. Honeybee will be checking in any minute now. And shout out to Kai Broncasio. Hey, Jenna from Cool Pineapple. Mason in Portland checks in. He's the early bird. Hey, Mason, how you doing today, brother? I know you're out there, Mason in Portland. It's good and early out where you're at. Shouting out to Kahuna. Today's weather here is exact mirror of 9/11, Terry Nee. Yeah, we should get into that a little bit, buddy. And I kind of noticed that too. What is it with 9/11 that every day seems to have that eerily perfect weather, Terry Nee? I almost have a recollection of saying this many years in a row, my friend. I don't know if it just must be, on the calendar. Maybe 9/11 is always, or if it's been since the attacks, I don't know. We weren't paying attention, but you're not wrong. It's the mirror of the same weather, kind of just a cool, sunny, kind of clear morning out there here on the East Coast. Wow, Terry Nee. Cool getting the love from Sunday Jenna. Terry Nee, good morning, dude. Kahuna Nui checks in and says, Mason, good to see you, and good morning. Sunday Jenna, Mason, Cool, and Hoya from Two Joints. Use all, Terry Nee just says. He ain't typing all those names. Use all. Let's see what we can get into. I got some news for you, stuff coming up. 2 joints, what up from a cool pineapple. 2 joints sounds good right now. Puff, puff, pass. Wake and bake. I like a good wake and bake, but when you got to do shows, like you kind of wake up Chinese and you don't want to, I don't want to like start that right away. My eyes are just now recovering, kind of from last night and waking up early. So got to get them time to recover, but I'm with the sentiment. Terry Nee, he's got the early morning rooster thing going on. Oh, we blazing, Jenna. That's right. I don't judge here. Ha. McGiddy Bezos checks in and says, good morning, sunshine. I like to see all my early morning friends knowing what you guys are up to. Catching you at a different time. I want to know what you're up to. I'm sneaking in on you. Bezos man from 2 joints. Hoya from the lovely Sunday Jenna. I have to catch up. 2 joints. The 2 joints says, Sykes, talented for real. And we're going to feature some of that. We're going to have, like I said, Bob Levy reading some classic news, a classic news moment from the Miserable Men days, and brand new Cyke Labs content coming up after we do all this fun stuff. Oh, hey, Flex 316 from the lovely Sunday Jenna. And to that I say,
oh, hey guys, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. Okay, good morning, Flex. Good morning from Kahuna Nui. Flex 316, bones up. What's up, Flex? Checking in from Down Under. Playing OW live and kicking ass. Good morning. That's a little later for you, Flex. I know that's up. Send the link and give about 20 minutes. All right, well, let's see what's up. Let's see if we can get into that. Whoa, wait a minute. Terry Nee says, Kahuna, I love my time with sluts also. No, he said time slots, Terry Nee. Come on, you got something on the brain. You loved it. You loved your time with the sluts. Hoya Technicolor says, Hoya to you.
Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya?
That's right, Hoya to you. This is what we do. BF Live on the early side today. Let's see. See where we left off with these comments. The Kahuna Noise says, Terry, driving out to Penn in a few days to make an equipment haul back to Minnesota. Well, I know if you're anywhere near the area, Terry Nee has met up with the likes of Joey C, and so it's not out of the realm of possibility that he'll meet up with you. I will remind you that my Stream Elements bot is running links for all of our favorite friends here, Cyke Labs being one of them. They're very creative Cyke Labs. I'm going to feature Cyke Labs content coming up after the other news. And if you ever want to see this stuff at your leisure, please go ahead and subscribe to Cyke Labs on YouTube. It's absolutely free. Terry Nee says, what part, Kahuna? They're talking about getting together. We're getting the frog and all the emojis from Sunny Jenner. The frog is hibernating, says Terry Nee. The frog is hibernating. Those boys work hard over there. They're, much like me, they would burn the candle at both ends doing lots of shows. Terry Nee, Bob is not hooked on phonics. No, he is not exactly hooked on phonics, is he?
Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in the book. Reading Rainbow. I can go anywhere.
Sing it, Bob. Get it. Oh.
Friends to know and ways to grow. Reading Rainbow. I swallow Is that a fucking kid's book?
Yes.
Friends to know and ways to grow. Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. I'm reading. I'm swimming. I'm a bat in the pool. Look at me go. Olivia is such a stupid name.
There you go. The Reading Rainbow. Ding Dong checks in. The lovely Mrs. Cyke checks in and says, Hoya, everyone. And happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you, Mrs. Cyke. And the Ding Dong says, Hoya to Jenna. Do frogs hibernate? Terry, do frogs hibernate? You should know, Jenna, if anyone. You should know. Hoya Dawn from Sunday, Jenna. Hoya Terry Nee and 2 joints. All right, frog enough. Let's see. 2 joints, Ding Dong. Hoya's to use from 2 joints. Terry Nee says Hoya is Kai Branicasio's favorite form of music. I can know that. I can know that. Hoya Kahuna from the Ding Dong. Your neck your neck of the woods at Terry Harrisburg. Terry asks, he's doxing himself. He told the world, dox. Love Rev's Rainbow. Well, there you go. You got a little early morning taste of the Rev and Reading Rainbow. And shout out to Gina Levy and Bob Levy. I think they're kind of on their way. Gina was kind of saying their first stop was Frankfurt, maybe on X. So I wish them well. Told them have a fun trip on that. Seven Valleys is the area that Kahuna is coming to. And the buffalo we're getting the laugh and the buffalo emoji, and I love that. And you know what else I love? I love that was the end of the opening chat family check-in. So now it's time to get on some other fun stuff here on BF.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, the early bird catches all you beautiful worms. I love you guys. So I threw out the link to our friend, the big Kahuna, knowing maybe he'll stop in and just hang out with us for a chat or two. Maybe kind of sit in today. Flex316 says, okay, game's done. Good day, y'all. But come on now. That game started, that game stopped, but this game is just beginning. I'm going to try to stick around, do my regular 3-hour thing right up till 12 o'clock East on the, on the East Coast, of course. Yeah, so let's get into it and see what we can get into today. I have some other news. I got some headlines that we're going to discuss long form and get into. So maybe it's time that I run over to my new studio, run my elements and all, and we'll get into the BF Live other news or the BF Live not so serious news. And like, hey, what's up? I'm over here. I'm over here now. I'm in the beautiful, spacious BF Live news studio. I love it over here. So I'm going to turn on my stuff. I'm going to read it to you. And this is the BF Live other news or not so serious news. Like I said, I saw 0 of the debates. I give 0 F's about that. So we're going to take care of some BF Live other news or not so serious news. My first story I have for you guys today. I talked about the Beetlejuice movie kind of coming out. I went and saw it. No spoiler alert or anything. Go see the movie. I think it did very well at the box office. I think it was like projected to do over 100 million in its open weekend. And briefly, it was okay. I guess I went there expecting maybe too much of the old movie, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I was expecting. But go check it out. Let me know what you think. But I learned this story in the meantime. It says the AMC theaters, they have a $31 Beetlejuice drink. But there's more to the story. The cinema's chain, Sandworm Slayer Blue Gummy Top promotional drink is turning heads. So yes, some of these AMC theaters, I don't know many. We only have 1 or 2 theaters around maybe that serve alcohol. Maybe you have a nice brew house or maybe they serve alcohol at some of the theaters. But some of these bigger theaters sell actual alcoholic beverages, I think. I think this is one of them. It says, a blue drink in a generic cup, plastic cup to enjoy the movie. That'll be $31, please. A Beetlejuice promotional drink at AMC theaters is getting the attention on social media for its seemingly exorbitant price. The concoction is the Sandworm Slayer, a specialty drink topped with some gummy worms. Look at this, $31, y'all. That better have some good alcohol in it or something. I bought this Twitter says, I bought the AMC Beetlejuice themed drink. It costs $31. $31. Now, Beetlejuice would have had to show up and bring my drink for that price, replied one commenter. While another one snarked, you could have bought 6 shares of AMC theater stock with that $31. Not sure which one would have been worth the price, the stock or the drink. It says, there is some context to this, however, which takes at least some of the fun out of it. First, this is a 24-ounce cocktail made with blue and black raspberry juice and premium vodka. I don't care. We're skeptical about the premium part, but that's what the press release says. So this is not just some blue soda. Second, the unusual price for the Sandworm Slayer is a hefty but more reasonable $21, according to AMC's internal research. Yes, they researched this question. The price at 92% of the AMC locations is $21 plus tax. AMC notes that the drink was apparently purchased in Illinois, which has some unique liquor pricing laws that we won't bore you with, which bumped the drinks price up to $28.95. So I don't know how much of you are going for that, but even if it has premium alcohol in it, I don't know if I'm laying down $31 for a drink at a movie. Let's see what everybody thinks about this in here. We got everybody checking in. We got the Buffalo laughing. We got the game done. Give me a shout out. Oh yeah, okay. Maybe when Kahuna checks through, shout him out. Shout out to the 20 people checking in already. This is the early version, the early rooster version of BF Live today. I got some stuff to do, and I wanted to see what you were up to at a different part of the day. Let's see. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. Who's checking in? Dawn is checking in. A ding Dawn is checking in on Facebook. Perry emoji from our friend Two Joints. Anyone I miss, says Flex316. Jenna's loving giving the strength. Flex, wish they would stop doing it. I'd give Beetlejuice a solid C, says Mason Important. Really? You're talking about this drink, a solid C. Premium vodka, I don't know, $21, $31. I'm not sure of how desperate I am to be drunk at a theater. They killed Star Wars. Now they're moving on to the rest. I guess Flex316 is kind of commenting how maybe you're not a fan of kind of these remakes. You know, Hollywood isn't coming up with any new movie ideas, so they're just kind of rehashing old ones, I think is the sentiment of Flex. I know a joint in Fells Point that serves drinks. You know the area, Technicolor. Don't talk to me. You told the world, Technicolor. Okay, 1,000 milligram gummies. Now that would be worth it. That would be worth it, maybe. You get 1,000 grams on top of that sumbitch. Maybe 2 joints, maybe. The original Beetlejuice is a classic, Sunday Jenna, and I love the original Beetlejuice. I'm more of a comedy guy. I like the campy nature of it and the campy comedy, you know. It was kind of horror-ish, but a funny horror. I really enjoyed it, and Michael Keaton was brilliant. Like I said, much like Jim Carrey, who made Pet Detective what it was, I think Michael Keaton, I said Michael Jordan, wait a minute. Michael Keaton, I might have said Michael Jordan. Michael Keaton, not the basketball player, Michael Jordan. He made Beetlejuice what it was, I think, because no one had any idea what this character was or anything, and he brought that thing to life and made that movie what it is. 31, what the fuck? Yes, $31, says Flex. He says, wow. Jam was $600 in Soylent Green. Well, there's a little different conditions there. That's US. That's $70 here. Holy shit. 31 bucks might be $70 here in Australia. I'll let for those that don't know. Our friend Flex316 is checking in from Australia, from Down Under. Fuck that, he says. That's what I'm saying, bro. I would put something in my pocket for these prices. Drink has 14 ounces of Nieto in it. Ooh. I got to say, that was smoother than I thought it was going to be. The Nieto that was given to us by Gimme Bezos. Damn, says Technicolor. And damn, says Flex316. Fuck no. 11:30, going to the club at 1 or club, maybe? Come on. You're going to the club like this. You're going to be dancing. Like, hey, man, this Flex, come on. Hey. Sneak in airline bottles to mix with their soda. Capitalism always finds a way. Flex agreed and said, indeed, Bobby. Glub, LOL, club, I meant. I thought that's what you meant. Batman. One of my favorite films. We're talking about the Beetlejuice. I thought he did Batman well, says Flex316. He liked the Tim Burton Batman. Fells Point, the horse you came in on bar, peanut shells on the floor back in the day. Terry Nate, don't dox me. You told the world. All right, let's get into another story because I figured the consensus was, oh, hell no to the no. We are not paying $31 for any kind of drink at any movie theater. Yeah, I call it tailgate or, pre-gaming, like tailgating for a football game. You tank up on the parking lot or elsewhere, get your buzz on, and then go into the theater quickly. That's the way I would handle that situation. If I know I'm going somewhere with $31 drinks, that's probably why I would handle that. All right, y'all, we got to get into this. Some of you probably heard this because this was big news. And maybe some of you have not, but it's kind of scandalous too. You may or may not know this, but it was brought out yesterday, come out and released that Foo Fighters' Dave Grohl revealed that he cheated on his wife and welcomed a baby outside of his marriage. Uh-oh. And I love the terminology on this. It doesn't say that well, it does say he cheated on his wife, but it doesn't say that he had an illegitimate child. I like the terminology. We had a child outside the marriage. And watch when you hear some of this, like, kind of press releasey kind of language in this. So Dave apparently, wait a minute. He says, no, you just doxed you. Kind of true. Yeah. I didn't have to add like I knew what you were talking about. Yeah, bring a quarter in, says in Flex 316. Sadly, not news. Yeah, well, here we go. So this right here, it kind of came out yesterday. It says, well, I'll read that while it's still up there because that's an amazing statement. It says, I love the, like I said, the press release nature of this. I recently become the father of a new baby daughter born outside of my marriage. I plan to be a loving and supportive parent to her. I love my wife and my children, and I'm doing everything I can to regain their trust and earn their forgiveness. We are grateful for your consideration toward all the children involved as we move forward together. So he's not only like cop to this, like some guys be like, no, I ain't do that shit. Dave's like, no, I did that shit. Not only that, it's mine, and I'm going to be involved in its life and raise it. It says Dave Grohl has a confession to make. The Foo Fighters frontman has welcomed a child outside of his marriage and is fighting to regain the trust of his wife, Jordan Bloom, and the other children. The rock legend made the stunning revelation in an Instagram post on Tuesday. I've recently became the father of a new baby daughter born outside my marriage, Grohl wrote. This is Dave Grohl. I think they were attending Wimbledon here. Yes, this is him and his wife attending Wimbledon. Not Wimbledon, Wimbledon. And let's see, it says, I plan on being a loving and supportive parent to her. I love my wife and my children, and I'm doing everything I can to regain their trust and forgiveness. I read that before. He added, we're grateful for your consideration toward all the children involved as we move forward. So yeah, apparently, I don't know the conditions. It says a rep for Grohl told the Post that there was no additional comment from the musician. The former Nirvana drummer, 55, met Bloom, 48, at the Sunset Marquee Whiskey Bar in LA in 2001. Speaking with Q Magazine in 2007, Grohl recalled seeing the former model and MTV producer for the first time and thinking, oh my God, not a chance. He ultimately made the move with the help of some liquid courage. By the end of the night, I was pissed and I'm staring at her going, you're my future ex-wife, he said. So she gave me her number, Jordan, your future ex-wife. Despite thinking Bloom was a total bombshell when they met, he later admitted that he ghosted her shortly after their courtship began. When I first met my wife, we went out on a few dates, and I decided that I wasn't ready for a serious relationship, so I just stopped calling, he confessed in 2007 interview with Elle. But Bloom stayed on his mind. After 3 months, I had a revelation and called her back, he added. Bloom was shocked to hear the rocker's voice on the other end of the phone, telling him, oh, I never thought I'd hear from you again. The pair went on to say, I do, on August 2nd, 2003, in a private ceremony at their LA home. The guest list included A-list names such as Clive Davis and Grohl's former Nirvana bandmate, Chris Novoselic. So there you go. So Dave Grohl, no matter what you got, you always want more, y'all. So there you go. I don't know, maybe some of you saw that, maybe you didn't, but yes, came out yesterday that Dave Grohl let everybody know that he had a baby outside of his marriage. Basically, cheated on his wife, illegitimate child. Scandalous. Scandalous, Dave Grohl. There you go. All right, let's see. I just doxed myself. We got the quarter thing. Sadly, not news. Hoya, everyone. Have a great day from Donkey Kongington checking in. Thanks for checking in real quick, Donks. I know you're kind of always too busy to be chatting, man, but you are chat family just the same, man. What's up? Donkey, have a great one, man. And Hoya to you, buddy. Hoya to you.
Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya?
Have a great one, Donkey. Rockstar life, hey? Yeah, man, I guess, these penises will get you in trouble, man. You got to watch them. If you let these penises think for you, these things will get you in trouble. You gotta watch that shit. They couldn't control it. The penis like, come on, Dave, let's go get it. Dave's like, no, I'm married, man. And the penis like, come on, man, come on, let's hit it. See? Got to talk to your penis. Got to talk that thing down. Hey, Hoya Donkey from Sunday Jenna. Hoya Donkey from the Ding Dong. Sunday Jenna Hoya from Donkey Kongington. Wimbledon. I said Wimbledon. I said it right. I got respect for the English, the Wimbledon. I used to say Wimbledon too. Yeah, they say the Wimbledon. They used to play tennis at Wimbledon, hon. Wimbledon. Thank you very much. Flex 316. Fidelity is management and respect. Yeah, man. But you got to negotiate that shit with your penis, right? You know, it's we all have the thoughts of being good, Terry, and be having fidelity and being honorable. But then your penis starts talking to you. And it's like, hey, come on. And no, we ain't doing that. And it's like, come on. But she's hot. No, I'm married, fool. And them things will get you in trouble, man. You gotta talk them things down. How sad. That's a typo. Dave Grohl is married to Jordan Peele. No, he's not. Donkey Kongton says ding dong, Hoya, and Gano. Flex says pommies don't like the T, only the D. Good day, Donkey Kongton, from our Flex 316, checking in from down under. Donkey says that's kind of fucked up, Liveween. It takes a lot to get under my skin, but who did he fuck? That's a good question, Flex. So I broke this news to my wife, and Dave Grohl has a couple books out. I think he wrote his book with his mommy. He's such a good rock star guy and all that stuff. But see, no matter how good you come up on the surface, man, these penises get you in trouble. Get you in trouble. Might be a good guy, but the penis talked to him and he listened to his penis one time. That's all it takes is one time. Yeah, but no details about that. My wife was kind of asking that too. Like, well, what were the circumstances? Was it like, was it a star? Was it somebody was close to? Like, haven't heard any of the circumstances, But maybe we'll find that out in the coming days and weeks. Donks Ding Dong Live Ween. Good morning from the Kahuna. Guess who? Says Flex 316. Blummel says, I knew he was a dirtbag. LOL. Oh, I see somebody backstage. I'll bring you in a second, everybody. I didn't hear the little boop, but I'll bring you in a second. Let's see. Goddamn, there's Flex 316. Yeah, the next 7 days. Hoya, LOL. Peni. You got to watch that Peni live. Ween checking in. You know these things get you in trouble. Yeah, look, you got like two different thoughts, Let's see. Dang, Grohl is still the man. That motherfucker fights foo every day. He fights more foos than Mr. T. Don't pity the fool. Them motherfuckers, yeah. I pity the fool that don't fight the foo. All right, who's Don? Don? I say Don? Did I say Don? Who's Don? Let me see. Grohl's new baby mama is Wendy Williams. I don't think so. That's why you keep your penis from going to certain areas. Yeah, don't let it see shit. You start seeing something and your penis. Hey, what was that? You gotta watch it. You gotta keep them right. You gotta keep a thing in check. Kahuna, good morning. Well, since you're mentioning him and he's just popped in backstage, why don't you say good morning to him directly, face to face, ladies and gentlemen? He's joining us today. It's Kahuna Noise checking in with us. What's up, man?
Hey, Bobby, how's it going? I love this morning show stuff.
What's up, buddy? I'm not sure if I love it yet, but I'm doing it today.
A little early for you?
It's okay. Like I said, the biggest problem for me would be trying to do this tomorrow, turn around and do a 9 a.m. show after doing like a late night drinking replayables, buddy.
Oh, come on. We gotta put that on the schedule.
Oh my God, those things.
Let's get that thumbnail up now.
Those things are challenging enough as they are. Hey, you know what? I think I got something here. Let me see if I can find a file real quick. I sure do have that. Let's get into that. Here we go.
There we go. See? That's a morning show. That's a morning show.
It's a morning show.
Is not available at present. Please leave your message after the beep.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Oh, shit. Kahuna knows a little something about staying up late at night and drinking and doing
morning shows are the best.
Yeah, the Kahuna Nui is joining us today. Oh, wait a minute. We moved the wrong thing. There you go.
That was compliments of the great Terry Nee.
He
put that together.
And
he does a good job.
He does, man. He put that cool thing together for you and about you. He put together that cool thing for Space Chief 75. He's made me a lot of these cool videos for Bobby, Nick, and all. But that's what I love about doing the show, brother. Like sharing all this stuff that everybody does. So how you been, man?
Good.
Yeah. Staying busy?
Yeah, I've been, I'm just swamped. But this morning I decided to take a little time if you wanted me on, so.
Yeah, that's great, man. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad you did. I was going to throw it out before you even came on in the chat, so I was glad to see that you were in the chat and that you wanted to come on. So we're always thinking the same way. Did you hear this? Did you hear this Nirvana story by any chance? It's Dave Grohl.
Yeah, I did.
Wow, what do you think about that, buddy?
Well, that's one of the benefits of being older. You don't have to worry so much about that stuff once you're fixed,
You don't have to worry about your penis making bad decisions for you.
Man, that was always a scary back of your mind thought when you were younger, you know?
Yes. Yeah,
getting
that's
that
why.
getting that knock on the door.
Yeah, or you know, it is. I mean, it's a thing. You know, everybody makes the joke about having two heads and all, but I think as guys, we've always had these kind of times in our life where this thing would start making some decisions that you might not make for yourself. You know?
Yep. Oh yeah. Mine definitely had a mind of its own back then.
It's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing. Well, I'm glad that you're here, brother, and I know that everybody's going to be catching up with you in the chat. So let's go through the chat a little bit and keep going with a couple more stories and have some fun. I mean, it's up to you how long you want to stay around, my friend.
Yeah, I'll try and stick it out, but I'm not making any promises.
Okay, yeah, but if you got to go, you just throw your hand up and say, BF, I got to check out or whatever. But let's see what everybody's up to.
Sure. Thanks.
Flex316 says, yeah, live ween. Flex is laughing. Kahuna, in the morning, all is right with the world. There you go. I knew you'd get some love coming in here.
Mason's a good friend.
Mason from Portland. I'm so
God,
happy.
It's got to be early for him. Holy
yeah,
Christ.
like 3 hours early. It's like, I know, a piece of Pacific Northwest guy, you know, out there with a space nerd and all. Haven't seen her yet. Let's see.
He's up
Lightwing
every
says,
morning.
Tyranny, thanks for the idea. I'm going to put up gates between the rooms in my house today to keep my penis contained to a specific area. That's right, man. Donkey Kongton is saying, yeah, I'm thinking that's probably for you. Let's see.
Donks has been going through some tough times lately. He's a good dude.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Donks has kind of been checking in with us and all because, yeah, I know he's kind of busy and everything, but thanks for checking in with us, Donkey Kong. Letting us know that you're out there. Keep you going in the right way, buddy. Sunday Jen is throwing out the love out there. Live Ween, I keyed. Much love, homie. Kahooner, good morning from Happy Gosling.
Hey, Happy Gosling. Man, I haven't seen him in a while.
Happy's been in here a couple days. Zooting, says Kahuna knew. Zooting? Uh-oh. That's Flex16 checking in from down under. Let's see. Ping? LOL. Well, look at this. I see you in the chat a lot. And Stephen Bravo is a new member to BF Live. Thank you, buddy. Welcome to the BF Live family. Good morning, man. We're doing a special early show. Yeah, Kahuna, I really I had something to do later in the day myself, and I love hanging out with these people like this and getting all this love and all and having a place where we can gather. So rather than just miss it, I don't want to miss a day. I decided to jump on a little early today.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love it. We should do it every day.
We're good. Let's see. Yeah, maybe we'll have to see how it goes. I'll talk to you guys later, says Donkey Kongington. The Stream Elements bots let me know that Stephen Bravo became that member. Thank you for membering up here on BF Live. Please like, share, subscribe, and member up. I appreciate that. Donkey, always have a good one from Live Ween. Happy cheers from Donkey Content. Have a good one, Donkey. Look, he's getting all the love. Hey, a Donkey from Happy Gosling. I'll be listening. That's what I want to hear, buddy. Hey, your father. That one is fun. That one is fun. DK is the best, says Live Ween. Howdy, Nui from your friend Live Ween right there.
How's it going, Live Ween?
All right, man.
Good to see you.
Let's check in on these stories. All right, I got another. Let's do this story. So I know that you've been to some hotel rooms a couple times in your life, right? We all just traveled to Rochester and all that stuff. This story is about stuff that's left behind in hotel rooms, Kahuna. Do you have that fear when you go to events that you're going to leave all your stuff behind?
No, that place when I stayed out in Rochester was so sketchy. I packed my stuff up and took it with me every day.
Oh my God! Really? I never did ask you where you stayed.
I was the only white dude in the whole about a mile radius of that building.
Wow, bro. So where? We stayed in downtown Rochester. Where how close to the club did you stay at?
Oh, we were maybe I don't know 10 minutes probably from there.
It wasn't I don't know that we were quite 10-15 minutes away, but we were right in like the heart of downtown Rochester, but in between the big buildings and all that stuff, and it was like a ghost town around there. I gotta say, Kahuna, it was like you hardly ran into anybody when I was over there and all. But so I was looking for my third story. Let me see. Wouldn't open up. Let me see.
Yeah, somebody tried to break into my room on Saturday morning.
Holy shit!
I had that stupid little U-shaped latch thing on the door, you know?
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that saved me. I was in a dead sleep. It was about 6 a.m, and all of a sudden my door just came boom, just real loud, hit that latch, and scared the piss out of me.
Oh, because if the latch wouldn't have been there, they would have came in, huh?
Yeah, I screamed out some obscenities, and the dude apologized and ran away. So I don't know if I think it was an accident.
Who is it?
But still,
that's how we answered the door in my neighborhood. Who is it? That's how it. Let me see. Trying to find. There was a new story that's not opening for me now. That talked about all the stuff, crazy stuff that's left at hotel rooms. Trying to find that up again. Here we go. Let me open it up for you. Yeah, so I'm very paranoid. I'm Kahuna. I'm that guy that I have to be the last one out of the room, buddy. And I do like a tactical sweep of the room before
3
I
times.
leave. Yeah, a couple times, yes. I'll even go behind myself and do it. I go behind the edges of the bed looking for my adapters. I find stuff that other people left in the room. That's how thorough I check, buddy. I normally find other people's shit.
Yeah, I found a thermometer under the bed one time, and I wanted to keep it, but my wife said you didn't know which end that went in. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it tastes funny, honey. I'm not keeping this one. It tastes funny.
It's got a salty taste.
A funny taste, little funny taste to it. Oh, let's read some of this stuff because people leave some interesting stuff behind. Yeah, like I guess if you leave an adapter behind, that's not too bad. But it says here are some of the craziest things people have left behind in their hotel rooms. You'd better double check all the closets. Hotel guests have left some wacky stuff behind after checkout. Everything from dirty laundry and a pet lizard to a $10,000 Hermes bag, a Birkin bag, and a $6 million Rolex, according to this new report. $6 million Rolex. While mobile phone chargers and electric adapters remain the most common forgotten items found in hotel rooms worldwide, some items in the lost and found bins can raise some eyebrows, according to a new report published by Hotels.com on Sunday. Look at a lizard. It looks like it's actually on a bed, too. Look at this.
How do you forget that?
Exactly. Or a $6 million watch, but it says, at Hotels.com, we know hotels inside and out. It's in our names, Melanie Fish, the vice president of global public relations for the site, said in a statement. By asking hotels to reveal the secrets behind their most memorable stays, we discovered that these insights have actually inspired services available to guests today, Fish said. From Qatar concierges to pet healers, hotels are catering to these travelers' unique demands that come from these requests, I guess, which may be a welcome norm. Compiled from reports from more than 400 hotels worldwide, the list includes the ritzy watch and purse, but also some bigger head scratchers like a car tire, construction pipes, a tooth, that's probably Bob Levy, and a pet chick.
A pet chick.
One hotel.
I can see forgetting the lizard. You got the crate. The crate is in the back seat of the car.
You think something
and the lizard
in it,
doesn't make any noise, so you probably don't even realize you forgot it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But it says, where did I leave off at? A pet chick. Yeah, I don't even forget that. One hotel found a pair of full leg casts. Okay. Another, a rice cooker, and yet another, somebody left a blender in their room.
Yeah, I can see that.
It says some 10% of hotels reported that guests had left their dentures behind.
Oof.
Once again, Bob. But this list doesn't stop
10%?
10%? That does seem pretty high, doesn't it?
That's pretty high.
Yeah. Yep. But the list doesn't seem to stop at the lost and found bin. Hotels.com also compiled some of the oddest and ritziest perks ordered up from room service. Check these perks out. This is the oddest request they've had. It says that includes a request for 4 pounds of bananas, a bathtub filled with Evian water for a spoiled young guest, burnt toast, and a caviar-topped hot dog. That's some of the crazy stuff people have asked for. The hotel New Otani in Tokyo allows guests to stroll through 400-year-old Japanese garden, and the Four Seasons Hotel in Austin, Texas will deliver a top-rate guitar to the rooms of their guests to strum. That's crazy. So I just thought, it was kind of interesting. What they say, a car tire, like a leg cast, construction pipes, a rice cooker, all kind of crazy stuff. So you kind of would expect to find that stuff there.
I think car tire, somebody was just looking to get rid of it. And
the car tire, yeah, I mean, wow.
Jeez.
Tell Jack hi from Flex 316. Let's see. Who else we got here? We have Happy Gosling checks in and says, Bobby Fran is more professional and respectful than Joey. Calmer head, maybe from the weed. Of course it's from the weed. You will find respect here, Kahuna, and Bobby won't ignore chat or hop off and leave you hanging there. Thank you, Happy.
I'm thinking one of us is supposed to be screaming at the chat, right?
Come on, man. What the fuck? Why are you reading the chat? Yep. Let's see. Know what else will save you, Kahuna Nui? A 357 Magnum.
Yep.
I guess that would. Flex is laughing. I knew she would be here checking in. It's the lovely Mrs. Honeybee.
Morning, Miss Honeybee.
We've been seeing Mrs. Honeybee more the last couple days. Tad salty.
I like that sound drop.
You like the beat?
Yeah.
DK equals Dirty Harry. Donkey Kong says, good morning, Mrs. Honeybee, and peace to the Mrs. Honeybee. $6 million? Yes, a $6 million Rolex left behind. And one of the articles I read, Kahuna talked about how some of these concierge or people had like driven 100 miles to get passports back to people and stuff like that. Now that's what I was worried about when I went into Canada, and I get really paranoid about my passport, you know. Don't want to lose your papers. Because I've been in that situation so few times where I've never had to worry about like having proper documents at any other point in my life, buddy. So I'm like kind of a little bit paranoid about it. Let's see. Recently deceased spouses were the most found under hotel beds, says the live ween.
I hope that's not correct.
Honeybee says, good morning to Donkey Kongington. Flex just simply says, I guess. Good day to Mrs. Honeybee. Foot long though. Hey-oh. Good day, Flex 316, right back from the lovely Mrs. Honeybee. DH carried a 44 Magnum Dirty Harry and a 357 is far superior sidearm. You feeling?
I got a 44
punk?
mag, the same gun as Dirty Harry, except mine.
That's a big son of a bitch. My friend has one of those, and that is intimidating just to hold that son of a bitch, man.
You get those heavy loads, man. Those things really buck.
Yeah, you stepped into that one. You said heavy loads. Yeah, you get those heavy loads. Whoa, get that heavy loads. Hey, there we go. Heavy load.
There
right
you go. That was a 44 mag right there. Yep.
There you go. Yeah, that's a big ass intimidating gun. Heavy, long barrel, intimidating. Yeah, but I know what you're saying, punk.
Barrel.
Yeah, it's big, man. Yeah. Did he shoot 5 or did he shoot 6? Yeah. Feeling lucky, punk? Yeah, Dirty Harry, boy, punk. For your ass. I like that movie. That was some good shit.
That is one of my favorites.
Great shit back in it. I mean, classic, just kind of gritty, just campy, what it's supposed to be kind of movie, right? You know, he was just that guy. DK.
Back then, Clint Eastwood was one of those guys you thought would never get old.
Oh yeah, he was definitely just that, always like kind of similar kind of age, just always that hard, just edgy, just that dude. Yeah, but you've seen him recently, bro. He does look really frail recently, doesn't he?
Yep.
Like, and that's what, you know, we've talked about that in the past too, and I know Howard Stern used to mention that about stars maybe dying in their prime might not be such a bad thing because, you know, they want to be remembered for their glory days. You know, when he was Dirty Harry, you don't want to be remembered for the feeble old dude drooling all over yourself, right? You know.
That's right.
So there's some theory that maybe some people stay at the party too long. DK feed deer instead of shooting them. Peace, G. Flex 316 says, I have 500 yo swords from Japan. Times 2. Hattori Hanzo says, Hattori Hanzo, live ween. BF is the man. Thank you, Technicolor. You guys are awesome.
Love his avatar.
Drew P, yeah, it's very colorful. Drew P Balls is checking in. What's up, Drew P Balls? How you doing? So are you, Big K. You're getting the love from Technicolor.
Thank you.
Better get a good tip, says Flex 316. Good morning, Mrs. Honeybee from Terry Nee. 870 Moss. I ain't playing games. Talking about his gun. 870 Moss. My main gun is a Remington 700, says our Flex 316. Good morning, Terry Nee from the Mrs. Honeybee. Right back. Wrist breaker. Yeah, Terry Nee's talking about that gun being a wrist breaker. Drippy Ball says, he said big heavy loads. Yeah, he did. He said big heavy loads. Take a head off at 1,000. The Outlaw Josie Wales is my favorite Clint Eastwood movie, said our friend Terry Nee.
That's hard to pick a favorite Clint movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're all so good.
Terry Nee, I enjoyed the sequel, The In-Law Josie Wales. Donkey Kongton says, I prefer not having to wear a wrist brace after 100 fucking rounds, so I like the 357 Magnum, is what Donkey Kongton says. There you go. It's Gun Talk here on BF Live. Where's he married and his in-laws push him around, where he's married, and push him around 24/7. I don't know how to say. But yes, so I think we wrapped up those kind of couple crazy stories. So that was some crazy stuff left in the hotel rooms. So why don't I do this now? Now we're going to tag a special feature on the end of the news, Kahuna. I don't know how long you go back. I know that you're a Shuley fan and all. We've talked about that when you were a guest on my show last week. But I'm going to tag this on. Cyke Labs is, he's making this great content for us, and he has these great segments of Bob Levy attempting to read the Miserable Men news back in the day. Well, we're going to tag one of them on right now at the end of the news. I'm done with the regular news. So now we're going to tag on a Miserable News History moment. And we're going to take you back to the days of the Miserable Men show with Bob and Shuley when they were all younger guys back in 2007. Let me go in here and get this one. This is from August, as Bob would say, August 5th, 2007, back from the Miserable Men days on Sirius Satellite Radio. This is Bob Levy reads the news, our Miserable News History moment at the end of my BF Live Other News right here.
I love how Bob Levy has his own language.
He certainly does, man. And back in the day, he was under the influence of substance a bit more. So you put together a guy that can't really read that well, add a little substance to it, and you get these moments right here. Miserable News History. Bob reads the news from August 5th, 2007, right here on BF Live.
We had a guy on the phone they're all demanding for you to read the news. So I have a news story for you here.
I gotta come over there.
So come over here to my computer, and I want you to read. All right, I'll come over to your mic. Go ahead.
Chinese fire drill.
Okay, you ready? Okay. All right, here we go.
You're laughing. Peter's laughing already.
Sumo suspended champion Asahira close to depression. Troubled Yokozuna Asahira was diagnosed Sunday on being one step away from clinical depression following a suspension from the two sumo tournaments. Kaido's news.
Fucking retarded.
That's Beetlejuice. For those that might not recognize the voice or know Beetlejuice, that is a very short dwarf, black gentleman who's not exactly on a superior reading scale, if you will, and he's laughing at Bob Levy.
Firebrand Mongolian was banned last week for playing
Mongolian?
Mongolian. Playing soccer while supposedly injured. His face is gloomy, and I felt sorry for him.
Did you wear a big fucking helmet around the head? You wanted to wear a helmet?
Kaido quoted psychiatrist Masaki Honda as saying after examination the grand champion at his home in Tokyo. Honda said Asahira was having troubles eating and sleeping and recommended that he should be allowed to return to Mongolia to prevent further
you stupid bastard.
deterioration of a condition. Kaido said.
I'm 6 years old.
Asahira had been told to stay home following a suspension from a major tournament next month in November. The 150 kg Asahira upset Japan's Asian sports by turning out the charity soccer match in Mongolia after having withdrawn from regional sumo tour with a back injury. Japanese Sumo Association Chairman Kit Anomi, who has appeared strongly opposed to letting Asahira leave the country, suggested the wrestler's illness might change his thing. I'm worried if he becomes really sick, we might have to seriously consider everything, Kaido quoted him as saying. Asahira asked the head of the sumo stable
head of my ball
for permission to return to Mongolia, but has told the news the conference to apologize so he can take it about leaving. The mighty Mongolian, whose real name is Dongle Rian Dagbadve, was promoted to sumo's highest rank of Yokozuna in 2003. He won 21 Empire's cups.
Oh, poops in his ass?
But this his short temper and constant breaches of protocol has landed him in hot water.
Retarded fucker.
And that's the news.
I'm exhausted. Mongolian.
We gotta address the fact that Beetle is heckling you.
Yes.
And
you didn't make it easier for me.
That's what I'm getting at.
Beetle's just looking at Bob with absolute disgust. He's like, this is what people who can read do.
I mean, my favorite line was you should be wearing a helmet, you old motherfucker. That was a great line. And then he asked you, what are you, 6? He asked you, what are you reading? I mean, unbelievable. What do you think of his reading?
What do you
Beetle?
think?
It really like he's the fucking baby.
Like he's a
You read
baby.
like a baby, right?
Hey, I'm the baby. I want to read. Mommy, can you read? Bubble.
Can you believe that he's going to be 45 years old? He can't read.
Yeah.
You can't. You 75 years old. You're an old dumb motherfucker.
You gonna be
An old dumb motherfucker sitting on my lawn.
And I like how he threw out your real age. I tried to lie.
That's
Say
bullshit,
45.
That's the fucked up lady.
How old? Tell everybody how old Bob is for real.
Bob said he'd be 62.
8062. And there you have it, folks.
Yeah, I didn't know that Shuley was doing podcasts back in 07. I didn't think he started that until after he left Stern.
Well, that is from when they were still at Sirius. Howard had a Howard 100 and Howard 101, and he would let those guys basically kind of do whatever they want. He wanted programming for Howard 101, so he was letting guys do shows. And Shuley tells the story about how he got over on Tim, the program director, and Bob told him, just tell him that Howard said that we can do 4 hours a day, and that's how they ended up doing like 4 hours of Miserable Men like on the weekends. So that's from the Miserable Men days from Howard 101. That's our classic Miserable News History Moment. News read by Bob Levy from back in the Miserable Men days.
That's
Flex
pretty cool.
316. He loves it and says it's gold. He says, LOL, beat got him. That's what I was taking away, Kahuna. You know, it isn't like exactly that Beetle is Mensa himself. And to sit there and to be enough in the bit in his head to know that to take shots at Bob while he was reading, I've never really seen Beat involved in the bit so much like that, like so aware of what was going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of times Beat is on and he doesn't say much. They gotta pry the words out of him. Sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, I'm okay. Who, me? Yeah, I'm okay. Right, exactly. There have been many days like that where you used to come in the Stern Show and they're like, what's wrong, Beat? Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. That's okay. You know, I'm all right. You know, you're not wrong about that. Right. So in light of that, the fact that he was going in on Bob just makes it 10 times more funnier. So there you go. So what's this? Oh,
I love how Bob leans into that.
And that is so great because I just happened to witness a podcaster last night get into a thing because his co-host took a shot at him and he basically kind of kicked him off the air, kicked him off the show for that. And I'm thinking, and I thought the same thing you did. Like Bob would never do that. Like Bob is open to the back and forthness of the joke, and Bob is so generous to let us make jokes about him at his expense. You know,
booted off the stream. I've been there.
Very grace. Boot off a stream. Literacy is a hell of a thing. Literacy is a hell of a drug. Well, I don't know about that. Oh, let's see. We played it once, but let's see. Why don't we get out of this? And because it's time for Cyke Labs Content. Death Row's in the house. How you doing, Death Row? What's good, man? It's been a minute. I'm doing a little early show today. Wish they would bring back Miserable Men. Me too, Death Row. Because for as well as they do all the John and Uncle Rico stuff, it would be nice to have them do the stuff that we're used to, like a BS show or Miserable Men. I do agree with that. What's up, Death Row in the house? All right. Why don't I put a bow on that son of a bitch? We're going to end the news segment, and then we're going to get into Cyke Labs. But that was the BF Live, Not So Serious News, or the other news, with a tag on of Miserable News Moment. Boom. Let's get on some other fun stuff here. Hey, everybody. I forgot to change back to my fancy studio, to my other studio. There we go. It is 5 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock here in the East Coast of the United States. That means we're already done 1 hour. We're heading into hour number 2, sitting here with our surprise guest, Kahuna Nui, the Big Kahuna, sitting in with us today. So
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
When you do that news desk thing, do you have 2 different cameras, or do you have one camera doing Both jobs.
I will let you know. I'll give you a little, since you asked, I'll give you a little behind the scenes boring stuff. I use OBS for my for my camera, and your OBS allows you many different scenes. So I have different scenes already preset in here, buddy. And then you can use, then when you go to StreamYard, you just ask it to use your OBS camera, and you can do stuff like this. You can be in a neon room,
Really?
or you can be in, I can be in my news desk.
I love that news desk
Thank you.
design and everything. That's so cool.
Thank you, buddy. I even go, if I do Perry, I can go out in the Perry's Hall. So that's how I do it, buddy. So there's a little tech time with BF. That's how a little behind the scenes about.
I didn't
how
know
the
you could mix up OBS and StreamYard like that.
Aha, yes. So that's how my sausage is made. Look at this. I'm your captain now. I'm your captain. Look, I'm on the bridge.
Dang.
I'm your captain now. Hold on, take this. I'm your captain. No, I'm your captain. There you go. So there you go.
That is
so I'm
cool.
Yeah, so I'm having fun, but I'm always looking for new ways and new scenes that I can put myself in. But I'm happy to have you here with me today, as long as you can stick around, brother. Let's see.
Glad to be here.
Dry oatmeal to the bridge. Dry oatmeal. That's a good old. That's a George Takei one.
He hasn't been on it. Well, I shouldn't say that. I haven't listened to Stern much lately, but he hasn't been on a lot back when I was listening, up to about a year ago.
Man, well, he's no spring chicken himself either, but I definitely, he's definitely a guy I admire for his voice, right? Because he would say, dry oatmeal,
Yeah,
oatmeal.
he's another one of those guys, just doesn't seem to age.
Nah, man, he really got a good job taking care of himself. Yes, dry oatmeal. Could I have some hot water, please? Yes. Oh my. Con! I do a better Takei than I do a Shatner. Foggy Morning says, Smegma yin your ass. How you doing, Smegma? Oh my, says Widow Killer. Yes, oh my. We're going to the Brambles with Brad. Oh my.
The Brambles.
Yes, oh my. It's going to get funky. Crazy Whack Funky. Okay, well, you know what else is Crazy Whack Funky is the cool shit from Cyke Labs. That's Crazy Whack Funky. And I like to go back a couple and show people, if you want to see them again, it's great. And if you didn't see them the first time, you get to see it new. So let me see what I got here, because he's got me loaded up with so much stuff. Let me do. Wow, what am I playing today, Cyke?
Yeah, when I'm working, I'm always listening to you, but I don't get to see much of what's going on.
Don't always get the visual element. Well, let's go back. Let me play I always like to go back and play the last couple cool things from Cyke Content. So let's do this. Let me play this one. Did you happen to see, you're familiar with our friend Frankie McDonald, Canada's most famous weatherman, right?
Absolutely.
And then did you ever wonder what Frankie McDonald might look like with Bob Levy mixed in? Here you go. This is Bobby McDonald. Oop. Wait a minute. Before I play that, I know Cyke was going to miss it, and I'm going to miss playing it too. Let me do it. We got to do this, because it's time for Cyke Labs.
Cyke.
Oh my. Lyween reminds me of this tragic fact. Sundays are for wrestling with Brad after a communal shower. Howard always say, well, who starts it? He goes, well, we wrestle. Yes, Howard. Brad will start wrestling with me, and then things go from there. Yes, their communal shower. I'm on the hunt for a pink 8. Be very quiet. I'm hunting for a pink.
Fighting.
Really? You know a bit more than me. All right, well, let's go. Sundays, yes. Let's go wrestling with Brad. Okay, so I showed you the proper intro now. I had to do that. So now let's show it to you. Let's go back and show you Bobby McDonald, Bob Levy, and Frankie McDonald mixed together. Cyke Labs Content right here on BF Live.
This is Frankie McDonald, my own TV station live. It's in Nova Scotia. Major heat wave was headed towards Portland, Oregon on Friday, September 6, 2024. Temperature is going to be really high. It's going to be well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's above 37 degrees Celsius in Portland, Oregon, surrounding areas. It's also going to affect Slam, Oregon, Ujji, Oregon, and Medford, Oregon. and interior Oregon, including coastal areas of Oregon.
You heard
I want
Oregon?
everyone to wear your sunscreen, hats, and sunglasses. Do not wear dark colored clothes. Wear light colored clothes when you go for a walk. Don't walk too far during heat waves supporting Oregon. Make sure have your everything ready. Drink a lot of water. Have your fancy air conditioners ready. Turn on your fancy air conditioners. Keep the house cool. Head to the beach, go swim to get cooled off for people living in Portland, Oregon, and its surrounding areas as well. Temperature is going to be really hot on Friday, September 6, 2024 for people living in Portland and its surrounding areas as well. Be extra prepared. Don't walk too far. Drink a lot of water. Limit your outdoor attending fees for people living in Portland, Oregon, including Vancouver, Washington, and surrounding areas as well. If you have everybody living in Portland, Oregon, be prepared for a massive heat wave on Friday, September 6, 2024. Take care. Stay safe. Don't get to a hot steak. Go be safe.
There you go.
That was Bob back when he was on coke.
Was that, buddy?
I say that was Bob back when he was on coke, talking that fast.
Oh my God, yeah, that's a good one. So that's
Could you imagine?
Bob Levy McDonald. Let's see.
That's so cool how he does that. I just love that stuff.
It is. He's great at it. Jetty Shepardini checks in from Scotland and says, "Good afternoon." He's already well into the afternoon on a Wednesday. Jetty Shepardini, thanks for checking in, buddy. What up, Jerry from Live Ween? Smegma says, "You could say that Gaseous and I are quite alike, if you will."
My money's on Gaseous, so if they ever meet up.
Interesting. All right. Well, let's get into this next one I got for you here. More Cyke Labs content. Let's take a little commercial break here on BF Live, Cyke Labs.
Hi, I'm Fred from Dirt Cheap. What better gift for any occasion than a package of some Dirt Cheap? Cheap, cheap, third. Yes, it's cheap, but most of all, it's fun.
Cheap, cheap.
The recipient will love it.
I like
and
this
best
part.
of all, the more she drinks, the better you look.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I need all the help I can get. Please come visit us. We are grateful for your business. Thanks. Be careful out there. Enjoy the journey.
Cheap, cheap. Enjoy the journey. Cheap, cheap. Coke Bob, LOL Kuna.
Yeah.
Coke Bob. Holy shit, man. This is a local ad for me. Crazy. Oh, shit. Psych hit oil on. He gets you a close one. Let me see if you think about that one. Let me know if this guy lives close to you, too. Let's take a little commercial break. Cyke Labs commercial break here. Let me see if this one's near anybody, too. Bob's getting all these endorsement deals now.
Hey, good man needs help. His baby mama put him out and he ain't got no money.
Let him have it.
Bob's like,
This is Bob Levy furniture commercial.
this man need a bed and all he can afford is $69 a month. I didn't go get him out of one without a bed.
Come on, baby.
This man needs a
Come
TV
on,
for his
baby.
bedroom. All he can afford is $59 out of the month. You know you got all them children.
73
You know
inches,
he got all
baby.
them children.
Bob's like, this man needs air conditioners. It's hot on the streets. And he only can pay $49 hours a month.
I'll cool him down, baby.
No mind I was on project all the time.
Who thought the toothless woman was a good idea for an endorsement person? I don't know. Busted ass grill. So there you go. That is the latest and greatest from Cyke Labs. Let me play another one here. Let's do a little public service announcement right here from Cyke Labs and BF Live. Let me find it. Here we go. Let's play this one. And now a public service message from Bob Levy. Well, kind of Bob Levy. Right here on BF Live, Cyke Labs content feature we're doing here. Early in the morning, BF Live Stream Show 145. Please like, share, subscribe on your way in and your way out, everybody. Here we go. Crackhead Bob Levy.
A, B, D, D, E, F, D, H, I, D, D, Daryl, Nado, D. That's
it.
A, B, D, E.
I don't know who slowed who down on that.
D, E, D.
There you go. So that's it. That cat Bob Levy right there. That's it. Kahuna, are you familiar with the backstory with Crackhead Bob that he actually made himself like that from doing crack?
No, I remember him as a character on the Stern Show, but I don't know the backstory that well.
Right, and so this is apparent. This is off of a legit. I didn't remember this, but Cyke found this a legit PSA that he did. So Crackhead Bob, that's how he got famous on Howard Stern, and he says that he was a normal talking and speaking and functioning dude until he did too much crack one day, and so that's why he ended up doing this kind of like this crackish PSA. But look,
E-D-E-F-D.
my name is Bob Harvey.
They did.
But yes, that was his story to Howard. And Howard was like, you were a regular dude and crack made you like easy. He goes, yeah, that did. That did it. That.
So he made that PSA for Howard, or was that for somebody else?
I think he did this because it looks like a legit PSA.
Yeah, it does.
People call me that guy Bob. That did. Dippy dippy. Rest in peace, Crackhead Bob. See, he says, I have permanent brain damage due to cocaine.
He's new. T-T-E-T.
Partnership for Drug-Free America right there. So there you go. That's it. Crackhead Bob Levy.
Well, you gotta really scan through the archives to find something like that, don't you?
Well, Cyke is, man, he's got all this stuff digitized. I don't know if he had that particular one, but he has all of these Miserable Men episodes digitized from back in 2007. So that's how he's able to bring us all this crazy, cool Cyke Labs content right here on BF Live. And I'm happy to be the home of Cyke Labs content. BF Live, Cyke Labs.
Cyke.
Are you having fun, y'all? I hope you are. I'm very happy to have my bro Kahuna Nui join me today on BF Live, a special early edition. I'm kind of fitting in today so I can take care of some other family business later. I owe Cyke millions for these labs already, says Live Ween. Well, thank you for saying that, and I know that Cyke appreciates that, man. I like having a place to play these. Has Cyke done Frankie and Perry yet? No, he's done Bob and Perry, but I don't think he's done Frankie and Perry yet. But Widow Killer, if you want to see any and all of this cool Cyke Labs content, check my chat as it's running, and you will see Cyke Labs link for YouTube running in this chat. You click on that and subscribe over there and watch him at your leisure. He's got a lot of fun stuff over there, man. They're really piling up on his page. LOL, no. Flex316 says, well done, Cyke from Down Under. Howdy, y'all. Gases is checking in. Here he goes. Here's the ape that they were looking for.
I knew he'd be along soon. Your buddy's talking smack about you.
Gas just took exception to me calling him Grape Ape yesterday. I remember Grape Ape when I was growing up. So I thought Purple Ape, but he took exception to me calling him a Grape Ape. Howdy, y'all. Kahuna is perfect for the show.
He's my favorite ape.
Thank you for favorite ape. There you go. Well, thank you. Thanks for saying that. That Kahuna's good for the show. Hey, BF, my wife and I were discussing this last night. When Bob moved down south and left Stern, did his move have anything to do with his health? Well, Bob didn't move down south. Bob is in Jersey. He from Jersey. Bob from Jersey. I don't know.
Shuley moved south.
Yes, Shuley lets everybody know he's in Alabama. But
I think he just wanted out of New York, didn't he?
Yeah, Bob's been kind of like a greater New Jersey, New York, kind of Philadelphia area guy.
I mean, Shuley, when he moved to Alabama, he just wanted out of New York.
Yes, because he left right at the height of COVID when the city was popping off up there and people were like dropping trowel and, relieving themselves anywhere. And there was a lot of extra violence going on up there. And you could hear it outside of his building. Yeah, he got out of there. I can't well blame him. Flex3 that's me all. Have fun. That's all for me. Have fun. I shall catch y'all on the side of flipness. Thank you. Thank you, Flex316. Yeah, for checking in from Down Under. I think it's so awesome that people are checking in from all over the world to watch BF Live. Flex316 giving a piece. We give it back to you. That cat Bob moved there. Oh, that Bob. Okay, that did. That's right. That did. Okay, my sorry. That did. Yes. Crackhead Bob moved in with his sister. What I heard him say live ween is that I can't afford it anymore. He couldn't afford to live in New York anymore, live ween. You know, as the rent kept going up, I think he was getting squeezed out of these cheaper apartments. And I remember his last appearance when he did come in the studio and he said his goodbyes. He said he was moving in with his sister in Texas. You're right, down south in Texas. And it had everything to do with how much it cost, I think. Live
I don't
ween. Thank
remember
you.
that at all.
That's it. That's why I had to move. Can't afford it anymore. The crack was cheaper down there. No. But yeah, that was my understanding of live ween. Thanks. I was confusing Bob Levy with Crackhead Bob. The other Crackhead Bob. I get it. The other Crackhead Bob. Bob, the other crackhead meat. All right. Well, that was good. Thanks for clearing that up, and I'm glad we straightened all that out. This is a lot of fun today. All right. But I'm gonna have fun tonight. I'm gonna take care of my little family business in between. But I'm coming back tonight at 8 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock East, 10 o'clock. I don't know. You guys love Saturday nights at 10 o'clock for replayables, man. You guys show up and party, and the vibe is just so much different. So I know we're going to keep doing it at 10 o'clock on Saturdays. Stay tuned tonight for the Levy-verse. Go over there and turn on your notifications. Check out at 8 o'clock. We'll either be on at 8 or 10. Chris never answered me clearly yesterday, but we will be on tonight drinking,
He
smoking.
started early.
Laughing, joking. Was that starting early?
He started early. He couldn't answer.
Yeah, and my boy, he's always like primed. Kahuna, I could not believe how he was drinking this Nieto. Did you happen to see any of Saturday's replayables?
Yeah, I saw some of it.
Well, Chris is, he's known for the able slur. Typically within the first half hour of the show, Chris starts slurring because he's drinking and you get the able slur. Well, the great Gimme Bezos, our chat family friend, when they traveled to Peru, they brought back these bottles of Nieto, this drink called Nieto, 40% alcohol, my friend, 40%. Chris drank it on the air the other night, and it went through his soul. It like made him a different person, Kahuna. He could read better from this shit. It was almost like it flushed out all the bad alcohol. You got to go back and see it and ask Donkey Kongington. There was no able slur until much later in the show. It's like he got revived off of this shit.
After he gets drinking a little bit, he and Bob have kind of the same vocabulary.
As far as what, the slur or
no, pronouncing words and dropping words and mixing up stuff.
I think Chris would say, I learned it from you. I learned it from watching you, because as you know, Chris Abels was like a co-host on the Levy-verse for a long time, Levy Land and all that stuff. So he probably learned it from watching Bob, from being around Bob. But yes, so we had that Nieto, and it was a different kind of alcohol, man. I took a little sip of it because I'm a herbalist, but Chris was like pounding them down, and it changed him. It was so funny, man.
Yeah, see, wasn't it last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago? He didn't even show up.
Well, he had. Well, I don't know about his show, because sometimes, yes, for his show, maybe
on replayables, he
that's
didn't
right.
show.
That's right. He happened to be out of town. He went to a ball game in Detroit, so that wasn't for.
Wasn't he passed out before the show already?
I can't say I know his condition or his reasons for not making the show.
That's what his wife said in the chat, that he had 3 beers and passed out before the show.
I imagine if you take Chris out of town and get him around his brothers and all that stuff, yeah, expecting him to show up on air sober is probably not going to be a thing. Live, I heard Replayables is 24-hour stream tonight. Plus, that's another thing. Kahuna, they took us past 3 hours. We started at 10. I don't think we went out till after 1 a.m. And these people, they were just fired up, man. Fired up. So we'll definitely be doing that again.
Even the bars close eventually.
Exactly. Yes, at some point, yes. Damn it, I missed the debut of the Peruvian alcohol. We'll go back and watch that. Thanks. Yeah, we broke it out. Chris broke it out in a big way. And Gimme Bezos was telling him, like, Chris, you're only supposed to, sip it like tea. Every time, the wheel told Chris he had to drink, he's like, okay. And then double fisting, he was doing, 2 drinks of it. But it, purified, it cleansed his soul. It was the weirdest thing I ever seen since I've been working with Chris, is that, yeah, it actually took his slur away. It's almost like he went to negative drinking. He drank so much, he drank himself sober or something. It was crazy.
Yeah, I tuned in kind of late, so I didn't even realize that was going on.
Oh, my God. Smegmar is no friend of mine. He made me this way. Gimme Bezos says, and Chris didn't have a hangover. Right, Bezos. I called Chris the next day and checked in on him, and I said, bro, how you doing? And he was like, hey, BF, how you doing, man? I'm doing pretty good. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? Like, Donkey Kongington was accusing him of having cocaine in the stuff, Kahuna. That's how different, that's how much faster Chris was acting on Saturday.
Does
that it
Chris
was
ever have hangovers? Ever?
Who's that?
Chris. Does he ever have a hangover the next day after he
does.
playables?
I don't think he has like those I can't function hangovers. Chris he always functions. Like Chris always answers the bell, but I think he feels maybe better or worse for some of those coming to the bell, you know? Sometimes he might feel better about it and sometimes he might feel worse. But most of the time when I call him the next day or text him the day after a show, more often, yeah, BF, I'm great. I'm doing everything. I had a little headache, but I'm ready to go. And yeah, he's always doing the next thing he's got to do. He always answers the bell.
I see him in the chats, like on if BS has a morning show sometimes. He'll the day after replayables, I'll see him in the chat, and it's like, holy cow, I can't believe that guy's even up.
Right. And so I've done this before. Like I've called him because we've had some rough shows and like, and he's always been like, hey, I'm okay, BF. So I'm already conditioned to go, hey, I'm not call him because he's probably going to be okay. So I already kind of backed off of calling him. But after he drank that stuff on Saturday and we did 3 hours, I said, let me call my boy Sunday morning and see how Chris is doing. So I did call and checking on him and he was good. Matt checks in and said,
you're kind of locking up and clipping out, and I don't know if it's on my end or on your end.
It's not. It's my end. I'm getting the low signal warning on my Wi-Fi.
Oh.
It happens around here. But thanks for letting me know that. It's like clockwork now. I can tell when my signal gets low, so I'll just take it easy until it comes back. Matt says, bones up, BF, and Midday Freaks.
Hey, Matt.
What's up, buddy?
Morning.
Getting the love from Matt right there. Matt's holding hands. Matt's holding hands. Let's see. Pisco is moonshine made from grapes. Nieto is my favorite vineyard in Aca, Peru. Thank you.
That's a deep dive in alcohol right there.
Well, I was trying to look it up because, you know, it's from Peru, so there wasn't even a lot of information. It says alcoholada on the bottle. So I didn't know if it was like moonshine, but he's letting, I could tell it was like a vodka based, like just an alcohol. Nieto is my favorite.
40% really isn't a moonshine, though. That's Pisco? That must be something different than what.
Yeah. Pisco is moonshine made from grapes. Moonshine made from grapes. That's interesting in itself. So there you go. Nieto. Thank you very much. So when you say around here, we talking about around here? I'm not sure what reference I made. Come on.
Oh, maybe he's talking about when I'm heading out. I got to drive out to Pennsylvania here in a couple days.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Yeah, I mean, he must be talking about something else because I answered that in the chat before, but I'm heading out to Seven Valleys, Pennsylvania. I just got to pick up a tractor.
You picking up something? Yeah, you got a long haul?
A little compact utility tractor that I bought on an auction out there.
Okay, there you go. Well, I know he was serious about it. If you guys are anywhere close, if it's doable, Terry Nee will hook up with you. So that'd be cool. Let's see. Live Wayne says, I was just reading about Starlink Internet, BF. If you don't have a lot of trees in your area, it could be worth looking into, I hear. Yeah, thanks, Live Wayne. I don't know what's going on because my internet is mostly good, except for when I try to do live shows. Sometimes Starlink outperforms local hardwire providers. I will always looking for new options. Live Ween bones up from our friend Matt checking in. And Terry Nee says, I'm stalking BF. Don't be stalking me. You already know where I'm at, Terry Nee. You go back to stalking Scott Fitzpatrick. Shout out, Scott Fitzpatrick. Let's see. And Bobby Nick and all those guys. All right, why don't we get on to this? It is, if you want to stick around, I mean, here's a good time for you to decide, buddy, because it is 10:30. That means I've been doing this show for 1.5 hours, hanging out with my good friends. And I'm happy to have you join me today, Kahuna Nui. But I think it's time maybe we'll take a little piss break. Usually about an hour and a half in, I take a piss break. So I think we're due for that. And when I come back, we can get into the National Day calendar and some other fun stuff in here. Maybe some can they make you a sandwich? Wild World of Records. I got other stuff written down here we get into. So it's your call, buddy. I'm going to take a 2.5 minute piss break. You're welcome to stay around the entire show, but if you got to go now.
I'm good yet for a while.
All right, well, there you go then. So here's what we're going to do then. I'm going to run this element. we've done an hour and a half of BF Live. We're halfway through a 3-hour show traditionally. And at this time, I normally like to take a piss break. So grab another cup of coffee, grab a breakfast sandwich, grab a friend, let everybody know that Kahuna's here and BF's hanging out. And we're hanging out in the morning. Having more fun than anybody else right now. But I'm going to see you in 2.5 minutes right after this piss break for more BF Live Stream Show 145. 2.5 minutes.
I think I need a piss break. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I'll do the pee-pee dance, pee-pee dance. Yeah. Think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I need a piss break. I do the pee-pee dance. I do the pee-pee dance. Yeah. I think I need a piss break. Oh yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Oh, watch me now. I'll do the pee-pee dance. Come on, give it to me, that pee-pee break. DJ, hook it up. Drop that beat. Yeah. I'll do the pee-pee dance. I think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Yeah. Watch me now. Pee-pee breakdown, pee-pee breakdown. Break it down, pee-pee, yeah. Think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. I think I need a piss break. Oh, yeah. Wash your hands. Don't be gross. I know you touched your pee-pee.
Maybe I did, and maybe I did touch my pee-pee. We are back for the second half of the BF Live Stream Show 145. Shout out to everybody. We're doing a little early version today because I have some business to take care of at my normal time for this show, 12 noon East. So I'm sneaking in a little early today because I had to get a little taste of my chat family. I'm very happy to be joined by our friend Kahuna Nui checking in today. Shout out Kahuna, getting them earbuds back in. That's right, we're back from the piss break. You're back, man. How you doing, Kahuna? So I was happy to have you on the show last week and everything. What kind of reaction did you get? What did you think about that? I mean, and whatever. I'm not trying to get a compliment or anything out of you. I'm just want to know, what was your reaction to doing the show last week and everything? How'd that go for you?
It was great. I got a lot of positive feedback. It was good.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah. I even heard Joey saying some positive thing.
Yeah, even Joey sent me an apology on Twitter. I was shocked.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that he kind of reached out. And I thought I overheard him say that he kind of sent you a link the other day to kind of get you to join in or something. Is that a case? Or
yeah, I was a little leery, though. I
weren't quite ready for that
feel like
step
there's
yet,
some a little mischievous.
Yeah, might be something
behind that possibly. So
okay,
I declined.
A little cautious. Yeah, I understand you being cautious and all.
Once the dust settles a little bit down the road, you know.
Yeah, maybe it's too early for that. But I was happy to hear him kind of say, "Hey, I was wrong," because the way he mischaracterized the whole throwing spiders situation.
Yeah,
you know,
that was just stupid. Me and him were having so much fun.
And I heard
Spider and I were texting last night.
Were you?
Yeah, me and him are pretty close. I love that dude.
Yeah, I can tell from the way you talk about him. But yeah, I saw Joey asking him on the show the other day. He was like talking to him, and he said, he's like, yeah, you know, me and Kahuna, I was in on it. He, you know, I heard Spider say that on the air, so I'm glad that kind of Joey, I could tell he felt bad about it when he kind of figured it out. So it's nice to hear that at least he reached out to you privately.
Knew. He knew.
You knew.
He knew we were screwing around. He's just starting that conspiracy shit. I hate that stuff.
Maybe. Happy Gosling was dancing. When Chris Abel's next birthday rolls around, we all have to pee off of our front porches for 24 hours. Ladies, you too.
There we go.
There you go. Well, that's Mule's act. I don't want to take Mule's act. Shout out Mule. That's his bit. The Mandy Diff checks in. You get the kids. What's up, Mandy Diff? The resident fishing expert here on BF Live. Mandy getting the shout out love from the live
Hey,
wing.
Mandy.
Donkey Kongton says, when I made moonshine out of grapes, I just called it grape brandy. Says our friend Donkey Kongton. But this is some serious shit. This is like perfectly clear. I mean, it is some serious alcohol. Live, we ain't getting the love right back from Mandy Diff. Donkey says, I used to make a lot of wine, and whatever wine didn't turn out good, I would run off into brandy.
Wow.
Donkey Kong, you can tell just by listening. He knows about some weed plants. I think some shroom. He knows a little bit about everything, doesn't he?
He and I were talking about insecticides the other day, and that guy is he knows everything about. I mean, it isn't just weed; it's all kinds of plants and bugs and. God, the knowledge that guy has, and I think it's all self-taught or he's learned over time.
That's cool, man. I can tell Donkey, whenever something like this comes up and all, a little bit more information sneaks out, and you can tell that Donkey is really detailed about everything that he's into. Donkey is getting the love from the Mandy Diff. Pissed my jort, says Gaseous. Don't piss yourself over here. Mandy Diff's giving you the love. And me.
Mandy's cool.
And Mandy Diff says, weed makes you smart, man. Weed makes you smart. I learned it from watching you, Mandy.
There you go.
Weed makes you smart. There you go. Donkey bones up from our friend Matt. Checking in. All right, why don't we do this? It's always a holiday or a celebration for someone or something. So why don't we get into it and check the National Day calendar and see what kind of funky holidays we're supposed to be celebrating today in the National Day Hey Hey. Let's do that.
3, 2, 1.
Well, come on, y'all. Let's get into the National Day calendar. Donna G, the lovely Donna G, checks in and says good morning. And I say good morning to you, lovely
nice
Donna
avatar.
G. With the always bringing it with the sexy avatars. My goodness, Donna G, looking good, waking me up this morning. How you doing, lovely John G? I'm doing a little earlier show today, Donna. You could say, why is BF on live today a little early? I got some stuff to do later in the day, so I tried to do like 9 a.m. East up till 12, so a little different. Good morning, Donna G. Dave's not here, man, says Mandy Diff, so we know how Mandy's feeling already this morning. Mandy Diff, GWO. Hey there, Donna from Live Weenie. Matt's getting the love from Mandy Diff. Oh, hey, Live Ween from Donna G.
Oh, hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. How's the lovely Donna G doing today? Thanks for joining us today. We're about to get into the National Day calendar, Donna G, where we see
meeting Discount out in Rochester. That was cool. That dude
Yeah.
is so cool.
Isn't that fun? And that, luckily, I've gotten to meet him before. But yeah, it's really nice just like meeting people in person, and you find that he's just like the warm, kind of lovable guy you would think he is, right?
Yeah, he's so down to earth. It's crazy.
He was, and it was so fun watching his reaction, bro, because he would have people, fans, for lack of a better word, friends, coming up to him, and they were bringing them gifts and food, and I think weed and stuff, and he just kept getting showered with these gifts, and every time somebody would bring him something, he was almost like, who am I? Like, can you believe this guy, like, brought me something, or brought me a drawing, or asked me to autograph something, so he's very humble about himself.
Food probably all has weed in it.
Weed, food, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because for those that don't know, he's Andy from Ontario. Discount Don is Andy from Ontario. He's the producer of the Shuley Network. He does the Discount Don voice, and he lives in Canada. So I think he had to pack smart maybe to get back over the border, if you will, Kahuna. I don't know if he was.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he could
Probably.
take everything maybe that was given to him.
I'm sure he had plenty of connections here to get here, but yeah, probably taking that stuff back. wouldn't be.
Yeah,
a
it's
good
funny
idea.
because it was legal in Rochester. It's legal on both sides of the border, but you shouldn't be taking shit over the border. So I think that was the thing. But yeah, it was great just seeing him and I was watching these interactions where a fan or somebody would come up and say, "Hey, can you sign this for me?" And then they would walk away and he'd like have his hands up like what was that all about? Like why people asking me for my autograph? So shout out to our friend Discount Don.
Oh, hey
So
guys, how you doing?
Did he dox himself, or did somebody dox him back a ways?
In terms of being Discount
Nobody
Don?
ever knew his real name for years, or at least a year. He was just always Discount Don, nobody.
Well, I knew that Andy from Ontario was the producer and all, and I knew that they fell upon him doing this Don Jameson impression, these Discount Don Jameson, right? And then for a while, I think they were just letting it be out there. Like, if you knew it, you knew it. And if you didn't, you didn't. But till this day, a lot of people still haven't put together that Andy from Ontario is Discount Don.
Yeah, but even Shuley and Bob, none of those guys ever referred to him as Andy or any of that stuff until maybe just a couple months ago.
You only ever knew him as Discount Don? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
I didn't know his real name. And I was a diehard Shuley fan for, I still am, but I have been for a year.
Well, once again, he got his notoriety from calling into the Miserable Men. Like Mark from New Jersey. Mark Burns was from New Jersey. Andy from Ontario. That's his call-in name. And he's a fun guy. I had Andy on as a guest. I was lucky enough to have him on. And he told this great story, Kahuna, about one weekend he was trying to call in to the Miserable Men show on Sirius Satellite Radio. And apparently they allowed this number to be used by multiple shows. So he called the phone number, and he called it on a weekend, and he didn't know that the show was off, and it was the Richard Simmons show. And so they go, Richard Simmons show, you ready to be a guest or something like that? And he just went with it, and he ended up on the air with Richard Simmons on the Richard Simmons show. So he told that story for the first time here on BF Live. So I was very happy about that. So yeah.
Wow.
He had this love for radio. He's a deep, long time fan. He did a lot of their cartoon stuff where when they had radio bits, but nobody really had like a visual on them and they couldn't film it. It was a cheap way to like create a visual for some of these bits and all. And Andy would do some of those early drawings and stuff. So yeah, Andy's just a long time fan.
Yeah, those guys, both him and Joe are both so talented. They got the best. Speaking of Joe, Sunday Jenna.
Yeah. There you go.
You bring that chat up just as I say Joe's name.
That's AFO is the best.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Andy from Ontario. I like this one too. He just did this.
That was nice meeting Sunday out there too.
What's that? Sunday what?
Meeting Sunday out in Rochester.
Oh yes, Jenna. Oh my goodness.
She is just the sweetest.
Yes, she is. We hung out at the merch table together. They were nice enough. Joe and Herb was nice enough to show me the table that we were all going to sit at and everything. So they looked out for me. Love them guys. Live Ween says, do people ask Discount to imitate celebrity autographs on their items? I don't know that, Live Ween. Sign a Discount Don. Please, sign a DD. I don't know what he was being asked to put on there, but that's a funny question. LOL. Joe is okay. Joe is okay. What do you got to say about that, Joe?
Joe's cool. I didn't get to spend quite.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry. I didn't get to spend too much time with him out there, though. I shook his hand, and that was about it.
And when you notice that he made himself scared because he was very busy, like him and Roy Ray. Shout out Roy Ray. He was there too, helping out, and Stacy Allen and Brian Kowalczyk. But yeah, those guys were always kind of running around. You never could quite pin them down.
I didn't see any of those guys out there. Stacy Allen, I would have loved to have met her.
Oh yeah, she was kind of over our side of the room. We were right by like the media booth where they were producing the show from the back of the room. We were sitting over there. But and we did replayables from their Airbnb, so it was great meeting those guys. So it was not only did I get to go to the show, I got to go to their Airbnb and do replayables that night. So made the most of it. Morning Jenna from Live Ween. Sonny Jenna says, thanks, Kahuna. Pleasure meeting you too. We all had a great time. So great to be all together as a community.
That was a blast. Are you going to Detroit?
Excuse me again?
Are you going to Detroit?
I am not. What at WATP they're having or whatever?
Yeah.
I hear that thing's sold out. I see going on their scroll that their WATP is sold out up there in Detroit.
Yeah, they need to find a bigger venue. That sold out like over a week ago already.
Did it? And I know that Detroit it seems like a regular go-to spot for them. They do like a regular thing up there. I think.
Yeah, I think
right?
they've been there before.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah,
them
I
talk
was gonna go, but I don't know. It sounds like it's only a 1-day thing, really, and I just
yeah,
I didn't want to go for just 1 day.
Yeah, and I'm curious where DabbleCon 3 will be, if it'll be within striking distance for me by car or plane, or if I'm going to make the next one. But if I can make it,
You're
I'm sure
gonna make the next one. Don't even talk so silly.
I would like to. I like to.
You gotta.
Gotta talk the spouse into it too, or whatever. Talk
There you
into
go.
it. You know how that goes. All right. But I think we're in the middle of the National Day, hey, but having a great time talking on the side. Let's get into some of these National Day holidays, because it's always a holiday or celebration for someone or something in this crazy world. And I see people forming in. Shout out, we're up to 20 now. It goes up and down. People are probably like, what this is? Well, this is BF Live Stream Show 145. I'm hanging out with my friend Kahuna Nui right here. We hang out here every day, Monday through Friday, normally at 12 noon East. I mix my friends, podcasting, radio, segments, and fun, and that's what we're doing. We're fucking doing it here.
We're doing it.
Just a little earlier on BF Live. Please like, share, subscribe, super chat, member up if you can. All right, this is September 11th. We should talk about that too, because everybody knows what September 11th, really is. Hot Cross Buns Day is Kahuna. Let's see. National Make Your Bed Day. Also, Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance. So I don't think there's a time where anybody that was alive during it can say this date and not think of 9/11, right? 9/11.
Yeah. My wife and I, we dated in high school, and we had been apart for a long time and just got back together just before 9/11.
Yeah.
And I remember that day like it happened yesterday.
Yeah, so tell us going through your day, because I know I kind of remember my story of where I was when I heard it. So what were your impressions that day? How did you get the information? Can you recall any of that?
Yeah, I was getting up, getting ready to go to work like every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had the news on in the morning, which I haven't done now for years, but back then I used to all the time.
Same.
And I remember I wasn't watching when it first happened, but I was listening.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So I go back over to the TV and I was just like stuck. I couldn't move. And I called back then my wife lived out in Milwaukee. She had moved out that way years before.
Yeah.
And I was telling her what was going on. She was already at work.
Yeah.
And she couldn't believe it either. And then at work there, they all started tuning in, and
yeah,
I was stuck to that TV till probably mid-afternoon. I think I couldn't leave.
And I remember those. Those were the days where I remember my cell phone, because that's when we really didn't have the fully realized internet on our phones yet, but I was getting the CNN text message alerts.
Yep.
So everything, and that's how I started getting it. A plane strikes a building, and then I got another one. But this was those early days where the news cycle still wasn't quite all together like it is now, Kahuna, to where, like you said, maybe you talking to someone somewhere, that's how they got the information first. Back in those days, it was still a little disjointed then, to where now everybody can just get on their phone within a matter of seconds. 9/11 would be trending, right? That wasn't the case back then. So, my story was I was at work getting those kind of text messages, and I'm like, one building gets hit, and I'm like, oh, that's really messed up. And then the second building gets hit, and I'm like, wow, that seems kind of odd. Like, is there something going on with the weather in New York today that these planes can't see? But then you notice it was a clear, beautiful day, much like it was today. And then, it was a terrible thing to have to hear. And then the Pentagon got hit, buddy. And then I'm like, whoa, I really think in the first time in my life that the United States is under attack. And I couldn't process the things I was feeling, buddy. I never imagined that would ever be something I would have to fear.
I remember my TV remote got quite the workout that day. I was flipping from channel to channel to channel to channel to channel.
Mm-hmm.
Every news channel, I was going back and forth watching videos and listening to this, that, and the other.
Absolutely. And I remember, of course, I worked at the printing industry. They didn't lose a beat. It wasn't like I had the notion too, like, I think our country's under attack, and maybe I don't want to be here today because I don't know if our country is under attack and to what level. But we stayed around all day. But yes, you're not wrong, Kahuna. When I got home that day, and I don't think I turned it off for many weeks after that, I was glued to that television. I think many of us were 24/7. We wanted information. We wanted unity. We wanted everything. It was a terrible day, and I often pray for the babies that no longer have their mothers and fathers, the mothers and fathers that no longer have their children. I mean, the ripple effect of losing, upwards of 3,000 people and all the families they affected. We're still feeling it to this day.
Yep.
It's a terrible thing. So it is important to never forget it's Patriot Day, 9/11. I mean, it was a clear day. Patriot Day on September 11th honors the memory of nearly 3,000 innocent victims who died September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks. Each year, Americans dedicate this day to remembering those who died and the first responders who risked their own lives to save others. And Kahuna, I think I was watching it live and watching those first responders breathing in that stuff, that horrendous, which was just basically death, people crushed and burning, and asbestos. And I remember thinking, man, these people are going to have problems. They cared not about their personal health, buddy. People were running in there with masks on, shirts on or whatever, hardly any kind of protection. I mean, dare to say that people wore heavier masks for COVID than some of those first responders were wearing, buddy.
You remember all those videos of when the buildings first collapsed and all them people, you saw that white cloud just rushing down the street, and then you saw people running
for their
from
lives.
the buildings just covered in ash and asbestos and whatever.
And the disturbing images of people that were so desperate to escape the flames that they were leaving the building.
Yep.
It was just a terrible time, and there's a reason we're talking about it, because we should never forget, because many people just got up that day doing the stuff that they've been doing for years and all, and they tragically lost their lives for no good reason, basically. So we definitely we want to remember those kind of people today. All right, let's get into some of these other national holidays. What do we think about Hot Cross Buns Day? It's only like a rhyme I heard when I was growing up, right?
Can't be bad.
1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns or something like that, right?
Boy, I don't remember that at all.
Maybe I got some older siblings or parents and all. But that's Hot Cross Buns Day is September 11th as well. It says National Hot Cross Buns Day encourages us to rise and shine to this tasty treat. Currants or raisins baked into the bun add a sweet flavor. As noted in the name of this baked good, it's marked with a cross. To make the cross, bakers use a doughy paste baked into the bread. Sometimes icing is used to make the cross instead. Hot cross buns are traditionally eaten at the end of Lent in many historical Christian countries. Lent begins the evening before Ash Wednesday through Good Friday, and the cross is the symbol of the crucifixion. Beyond its significance as a traditional treat, this spice bun offers some folklore and history too. So I like regular buns. What do you think? You a bun guy? You a donut guy there?
Oh man, if you can find a good bun,
you like buns, huh?
You know what I'm saying.
Hi-oh. Double entendre. Yeah, are you a bagel or are you a donut guy? Because some people can be one or the other.
I like them both.
Do you like bagels?
Good blueberry bagel or, man, any kind of donuts.
Oh yeah, I'm more of a donut guy.
That's why I'm diabetic.
Oh yeah, really? Just overdid it, huh? Now, do you have Dunkin'? Do you have like a local bakery? Are you Krispy Kreme country?
We used to have local bakeries around here when I was a kid, but they've all gone by the wayside. Now it's just big grocery stores, and those donuts just aren't as good as they used to be.
You're right. I love me a good old funky bakery when it's just a big, like it's on steroids or something. Like they just made the biggest, most ignorant kind of great donuts. I love a good bakery donut. You're right.
You get those apple fritters that are about that big.
And like you said, you're right. You're right that the independent bakeries are kind of a fading kind of thing, and only like I guess these kind of bigger stores or entities can afford to have them, maybe or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe just there's not enough money into it. But yeah, I noticed that too, where there's not as many bakeries around as when you or I were younger.
Yeah, you got to get out of the metro area around here to find some of them old-fashioned bakeries.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I know Terry Nee will talk. He'll probably put in there about the Amish farmers market, because I think they do it old school way. They do it big time at the Amish farmers markets up in his area. Hey, Ween, did they invite Ray to Detroit? I don't think they did. And did they put him up and give him room and board? I I think that's what I've never asked you about Ray DeVito. Like, what are your impressions of Ray DeVito as and all
I've never understood.
Yeah.
That
you were
whole
familiar
thing.
with the whole the misunderstanding about going to Pottstown and all that stuff, how he kind of invited himself to that and all, right?
I've heard about Pottstown, but I don't know that much about it. I don't Ray is just not that interesting to me. I don't know.
Good point.
I've tried to watch his show, and I get about 10 minutes into it, and I'm thinking, there's so much more I could be doing with my time.
With my life.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about, maybe we talked about this, how people watch people for different reasons. And I think people watch Ray and certain people for the Jerry Springer aspect or the train wreck aspect of it. You know, they know that they're going to see something hellacious, like watching a train wreck. Like, let me tune in and see what this crazy, how he wrecks it today, basically. I think people are fascinated about Ray on that level. That's my personal take.
Maybe I just didn't watch it long enough, but I didn't see any of that. It was just boring to me. He had some guy on that he was talking to, can't remember what they were talking about, can't remember who the guy was. It's just boring.
Yeah, so Ray's a fine person. I have no problem with Ray as an individual, but as far as a comedian or entertainer, nah. But Terry Nee is gonna see. That's why he's in there. Did they invite Ray? I think Terry Nee and Scott Fitzpatrick are the last two biggest kind of Ray defenders out here in the Dabbleverse, if you will. They love them.
Oh,
some
Terry
Ray.
Nee is a big Ray fan.
Big Ray fan, bro. Don't come at Ray around Terry Nee, because Terry Nee will throw hands at you. He is the big defender, yes. The biggest. He'll be in here saying some more shit in a second. Nui, go to Detroit, then head to the Abels estate for grain alcohol cake stands. That's probably a thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Chris grew up around...
Yes.
Was he near the Detroit area?
Yes, I understand that he's a Detroit
right?
fan, and also that greater Detroit
then,
or Illinois area. I think Chris is from that greater area.
He's got to be going then, right? To WATP Live?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. The tickets sold out before I could get one, says Gaseous, for that WATP show in Detroit. 9/11, I was placing explosives in Building 7. Not funny, Tony. Okay, not funny, Tony. Okay, make fun people, Tony. Okay, people died. 311's gonna rock you. 311's gonna rock you. TSA, Patriot, Terrorist 1. Well, and that's the whole thing about the difference between law-abiding people. Right, the law-abiding people are going to keep getting laws that they honor applied to them and bound by them, and people that are terrorists and criminals never have that case. You know, that's never the case for criminals. So yeah, it just caused us to batten down our hatches, and it gave the government and other entities more leeway or right to have to intrude in our lives, basically. Kahuna.
Do you know what TSA pre-check is when you fly?
Yes.
Yeah, so I got that.
Did you?
Yeah. So if you spend, I think it was like $85 or something like that for a 5-year deal. You can just go through the line. Normally when you fly, if you could leave early in the morning, it's like a 2-hour wait in line, 1.5 to 2 hour wait in line, just to get through in Minneapolis here anyway.
Wow.
And with pre-check, I've never waited more than 5 minutes. You pay $85 and they trust you all of a sudden. It's funny.
Yeah, right. Well, of course, right, exactly. Like money. Hey, we'll let a terrorist. If a terrorist is dumb enough, or potential guys dumb enough to pay $85, I guess they'll let you on the plane for that. But I guess my understanding is the way it's supposed to work is that they already kind of pre-ran you through the system, and so it's like you're paying for almost like this double verification, if you will. But yeah, like you said, it could be just as easy as you paying money, and people could slip through the cracks, right?
Very easily. Yeah. In a way, I don't like it. I don't think it's safety wise, it's not a good thing. But for convenience, I'll pay the money. I hate those long line waits.
Yeah, we did a thing when I just traveled recently where it wasn't it was like maybe it was the global entry thing or one of those things. We did a thing where you could go get in the line where the pilots get in and all that stuff. It was kind of a way around it. It wasn't quite the TSA pre-check. I'm trying to remember the proper name. I don't think it was global entry. There's like a level in between. I'd have to ask my wife. But we did that, and that kind of
there's something else called Clear.
Clear, that's another service. Yeah. Right. So I guess they pre-vet you. You know.
I guess I thought that was just the same as pre-check, but maybe that's different.
There's a couple different levels. You're not wrong. I think Clear might be like an independent company or contractor that kind of does that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, when I went to get my fill out the application and pay the money for that pre-check, it wasn't even through TSA. It was a third-party company that does all that.
And that kind of goes along with what Terry said. They kind of created like all these rules and essentially these side industries and business out of all this. So he thinks that the terrorists won. Let's see. The hot cross bun song is my only frame of reference. One a penny. You know that one. Terry, he knows it. You fuck with buns, Cordiff. Hey, Cordiff, you fuck with buns? Terry Nee says, I was watching morning news, watched it all unfold from the start, talking about the 9/11 story that we were talking about. Yeah, I went work 7 a.m., so I was already 2 hours into my work day by the time that happened around almost the 9 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour. Terry Nee, I just got a news alert. Apparently, James Earl Jones is Dave Grohl's new baby mama. Oh, my goodness. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. You heard about that yesterday, of course. The legendary actor, voiceover guy, James Earl Jones, passed away, right?
This is CNN.
Isn't that funny how after Star Wars, that's probably the second notable thing, if you asked me in timeline what I remember, and that was it. This is CNN. Yes.
Yeah, wasn't he? He was Star Wars.
Yeah, he was Darth Vader. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so many movies.
There were many movies. Yeah.
Yes, we were calling yesterday. Terry Nee was spitting out a lot of them. Terry Nee says there's a Twin Tower beam downtown. Down the road at the firehouse. Amazing seeing a huge beam twisted like a Twizzler. Yes, Terry, we have one that they've placed outside of our World Trade Center here in downtown Baltimore. And yeah, when you see a hunk of metal that you know is kind of meant to be a certain strength and you see it twisted up like that, it does tell you a story, doesn't it? You're like, wow, what the hell did this piece of metal go through that it looks like this? So, yeah.
I remember it was a couple of years after that when they started getting rid of all that rubble from those collapsed towers. There was a lot of there's some monuments around here too from that.
Yeah, lots of the pieces ended up a lot of different places. I happen to I'm living near DC, so we toured the museum. They used to have a museum dedicated to the news called the Newseum, and one of the features in it was they actually had like some of the steel beams from 9/11 from the towers in there. And when you see them up close and you see the metal flaking, and once again, and you understand the heat and the stress that they must have went through to take such a formidable piece of metal and turn it into like a Twizzler.
Yeah.
It definitely it hits you a certain way. Clearly everyone is jealous of Ray's dancing prowess. Really? Is that what that really is? Oh, I was meant to be a Ray. Wrong R. Wrong R. There you go. Let me see how quick I can get that one. I used to have that one at the ready. Where is oh, here we go. I got it. Here we go. Did you? I don't know, Terry. I mean, I know we all see things at different times at different paces, so we'll enjoy this again for those who didn't see it. But this is what you get for cueing me, Terry. You knew what I was going to do. Come on, you want to see Ray Boogie? You want to see some dance moves? Kahuna Noi? You think you got some dance moves with all this shit? Watch this. Watch this, white guy. Watch this. Ray so white. Won't put that beard down, Kahuna. Yeah. What do you think about them skills?
He's just an average dude having fun. That ain't bad.
He was extra white, but that's funny. Extra
that should
white.
be his nickname. Extra
white. Yep. That's what I say. You extra white. You embarrassing all of us. Let's see. Two towers. We got that. Yes. Okay. You're right. So I showed you some of the prowess right there live. Look, see, Terry Nee's laughing because they knew exactly what I was going to be pulling out. They knew exactly what I was going to be pulling out. And let me see. I'll show you. I figured it out though, Kahuna. I figured out. I found Ray's hip hop instructor, and I figured out who taught him this. Watch this. There we go. This is where he got all his skills, buddy.
Hey, I'm Dina. This is what we call popping. Straight. You want to do hip hop? You got to stand like this. In a hip hop head, we have this. Boom, bam. Every time.
Bam.
Or Your hands are always like this. Start out just hitting it. Hitting it. Hitting it.
Hitting it.
Hip hop is this.
She's hitting it. See, you
1,
feeling that shit.
2, 3, 4, hit. And This is me. This is how I am. This is a lifestyle. This is it. Hit. Peace. I'm out.
That had to be from
Sid.
that had to be from like the 80s.
Oh my God. It's funny now. And then I guess we're getting some years behind us now, Kahuna Nova. Now things that from like the late 90s and early 2000s, my friend, they're starting to look like they existed in the 80s. We always think that the technology is getting so much better, right? And then we look back on it 10 years removed and everything looks old to us now, doesn't it?
Everything is progressing so fast now, it's crazy. You think back 6 weeks ago, AI technology was not even, well, AI technology back then was 6 weeks ago was good, but it's improved. It improves every other month.
I will say that we're in September already, and I do think that 2024 is the year that kind of AI really took hold and exploded, Kahuna, because now you have people like myself and everyday people where we can just get on our phones and I can say a couple simple words and I have it make graphics for me and stuff like that. So yeah, I think 2024, it is safe to say, was a big year for AI. You're not wrong, buddy. You are not wrong. I always like Ray. He's a nice guy in person, too. I would never say otherwise, Mason. Very nice guy, but just kind of delusional and kind of lost in his where he thinks he stands in his comedy ability. And he really lost me when he started comparing himself to Bob. That's when he... Yes. Thank you. See? I didn't even have to tell you how.
I never heard that.
Oh, yeah. See, I've seen Ray live multiple times. I have seen Bob Levy live multiple times. And so when we went to that dancing is from Chris Abel's wedding. That's where that extra white dancing occurred. Gina Levy took that video. So at that show, it was basically a family vibe. Like everybody was in town for the Abel's wedding. They put this comedy show together to have because Bob wanted to do a show the night before Chris Abel's wedding. So they're doing this great comedy show. You got Bob Levy, Chris Abels, Anthony Zenhauser, Tay Boogie, and Ray DeVito, all kind of comedians in there, right? So Ray goes up and he does his thing, and some guys are talking on the side of the room, and they're likely relatives of Chris Abels, and he decides that he's going to shout them down. Will you guys shut up? I'm trying to do a fucking show over here, and you guys are fucking talking. He basically, killed the room. He shouted down the room for, talking, chastised them, basically, or, corrected them, right? Just killed the fucking room, and then left it for Bob. Bob closed the thing, and Bob had to come up and mop up that fucking mess and get the room back. And so Bob did. Bob did his thing. He killed. I got pictures of Abels and them laughing their ass off. Well, then soon after that, Ray was going on shows saying, I'm as good a comedian, Bob, or better. I could have went after him. He thinks that he is on the level of Bob as far as crowd work and working a room, and that he should go on after Bob and wrap up shows. And he was saying that those guys aren't comedians. They don't pick up a pen. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, I saw you destroy that room, and Bob had to clean up the mess that you left for him. So, yeah. So Ray's
there's got to be a day's worth of stories that came out of that wedding.
Oh, my God. So Ray is not a bad person. He's just misled and misguided in the head. He's a little touched in the head, thinking that he's as good as Bob or anything.
I think he's at that age where he could commit to getting his own residence.
Yeah, at a funny farm, maybe. I don't know. Wild Bill checks in and says, "I forgot early show. Forgive me, sir. You are forgiven, my friend Wild Bill." Yes, my friend.
Wild Bill.
Yeah, man. He's a great guy. I've had to take care of some stuff later on today, so I'm doing an early show. There you go. He said it twice. I see you're watching on Facebook.
Get
Thanks,
this point
buddy.
across.
Yes. Terry Nee, Big Brother 1. Oh, talking about TSA. Well, that's what, I think we've seen that a lot in history where the government things happen and all of a sudden these things are justifications to kind of expand control or in your personal lives.
Every rule or law is brought upon by at least one idiot.
Good point. I have a soft spot for Ray, says Terry Nee. I think Ray has a soft spot in his head. What? He's great in person. His dysfunction can be funny and agitating. I love seeing people's reactions to Ray. That's what, because Terry Nee, he's like a Ray whisperer. So he loves when people go, oh, Ray is this, and he's like, oh, come on, Ray's just a good guy. He's okay. So he likes watching people react to Ray. That's funny. Let's see. Terry Nee says, Wild Bill, yep, they did what they want. Love James Earl Jones in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. We love you. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. What? Wow. Ooh, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You going, that's an early Dick Van Dyke Disney movie. Ray is unique. And Franklin Sheckler's Ray shows off his breathing prowess video is amazing, and everyone needs to see it. So check out Franklin Sheckler. I know that Franklin Sheckler, yeah, you're not, I got to include him in that on being one of the biggest Ray fans there, Kahuna. Franklin Sheckler, he's a big Ray head too. He has the Center for the Ray DeVito Studies or something like that. Like that's what he calls his. That's how deep he is into Ray. The Center for the Studies of Ray DeVito, words to that effect. Oh,
that would be a good psych study.
Hell yeah, absolutely. They might give up. Live Ween says, Terry Nee, I loved James Earl Jones in all of those Marx Brothers silent films. You guys are getting carried away now. That video is a piece of art. So that Ray dancing video, this is a piece of art. Oh my goodness. Well, I think they might have to shut down the gallery if this is a piece of art. Here we go. That was his suit, Kahuna.
No way.
Yeah. You extra white motherfucker. Yes, I call that when they embarrass our race, I call them extra white. That's some extra white shit right there.
That just his dance looked like his brain was just having some sort of nerve. You know.
It
like
looks like more like a
communicating.
Than a dance. I wish there would have been a fart cam at that wedding reception. That would be awesome. I showed a thermal fart cam videos on here yesterday, Kahuna, where it showed like women and men, but I thought of the lady. That was funny, just watching these big blasts come out of them yesterday. That was fun. We need more thermal cam here. Stephen Bravo says, that is mighty white of him. That is the whitest ass dancing I've ever seen. Yep. Says True Peoples. Live Ween says, this video makes me simultaneously cringe and laugh, and I love it. So uncomfortable. That's how you're supposed to feel. There you go.
That's pretty much how I dance before alcohol.
That's before alcohol. That's how you dance? Yeah. Oh, shit.
I'm actually pretty good once I drink. See?
Yeah, I say.
See?
Kids, alcohol's bad. You might show up on a podcast and embarrass yourself like our friend the Kahuna did. Oh, suck it. Yeah, he's redoing it. We're getting the live version of it. Ever since I left the city, there you go. He's doing it live. This is what we wanted here on BF Live today. That was funny, man.
I don't even think that's slowed down right there. I think that's about as fast as I was moving.
Some of it, man. Shout out Cherry Nee. That was, oh my God, that was so much fun. Because nobody had ever seen you in that light before. No one ever seen you kind of cutting loose or drunk or anything.
I used to drink, every weekend. I was a weekend drinker, and I haven't drank for a long time.
Yeah.
That was the first time in months that I had drank.
Oh, it makes a lack of sleep, not having drank anything in a long time, and being on a podcast, and that's what you get.
Yeah, I think I started about 8 o'clock the night before. I had a liter of Fireball and and 3/4 liter of vodka.
Well, I think I remember you like doing shows, and that's when you were really getting the bug and doing lots of shows in a row. And I remember you being on air, and then I talked to Bobby and Nick the next day, and they were saying you were on this show and that show, and I said, oh, well, something about, well, he must have had very little time for sleep, and they went, oh, no, he didn't go to sleep. He just stayed up all night. And then that video started popping up.
Then I fell asleep right after that show. I passed out,
bet.
And I wake up and it's like 6:15 here, Central Time.
Oh my God.
And I'm going, God, 6 in the morning. What the hell day is it? I'm trying to figure out. And here it was 6 p.m. It was 6:15 p.m. and I was supposed to be on No Filter at 6 o'clock. I was 15 minutes late, and I told Bobby, I said, I just woke up. I'm not going to make it. I did pop in the show, though, towards the end after I was done puking and shitting. And
it can be good and bad, I guess. Sometimes when you wake up, you do that pass out thing, and then you wake up in a whole nother time zone, and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to? You don't know if you're supposed to be at work or sleeping or where you're supposed to be. Those first couple of seconds can be a little scary.
That almost never happens. I always know where I am and what's going on, and that was a weird feeling.
That was a lot of fun. Stephen Bravo checks in with a very generous and colorful $2 super chat and says, is it true Ray stole Trump's dance moves?
Ray was actually even a little better, maybe.
Yeah, because Trump's only got the one move. He just got the he's got the one move. He got the suka now.
Yeah,
there
he dances
Thanks,
like
Steven.
a robot that hasn't had lubrication in about 20 years.
That's a good description. Yeah, like a uptight robot that needs lubrication or something. Thank you, Stephen Bravo, for remembering up, and thanks for the $2 super chat, bro. I really appreciate you. Thanks, man. Terry Nee says that video is a piece of art. Gina recorded it. Zen walking past. Yes, Anthony Zenhauser was walking past, and he kind of did this like, oh, hell no. I ain't acknowledging. No.
He wasn't feeling any pain in Rochester.
This white motherfucker. Oh, who's that?
Oh,
Zen?
yeah. Terry even said that there.
What did you say? The lady appearing behind Ray. Look at Zen. Yeah, who you saw on Rod. Yes. Yeah, he's lost a good bit of weight. And Zen is killing it lately, man. He really had a great. I thought his roast set was great. He really did. He really stuck out.
Saturday night, he was feeling no pain in Rochester.
Yeah.
He was lit.
Was he? Because I've been around Zen a couple times privately, and I've never known him to be much of a big imbiber,
Yeah, Saturday night, he was pretty drunk.
Was he? Really? Drew P. Balls says, douche chills from that dancing. That's how you're supposed to feel, Drew P. Balls. Let's see. The Matrix, scary, says the Reverend Wild Bill. Troy Bond, when asked, said, who me? Troy Bond. The Live Ween says, BF was the comedy show the night before Abel's wedding, filmed by chance. Chris might have a film of that. Chris had a videographer there. Videographer. I added too many O's. Videographer there. And it was being filmed for his purposes. But, you make a good point, Live Ween. I'm going to ask Chris about that and see if he would consider releasing that or if he thinks he can do it with any other of the comedians. But, yeah, that would be interesting. I'll look into that. I'm going to ask Chris about that. Thank you. I know that he had a camera going. Terry Nee says, BF, you saw Ray in 2 unfortunate moments. I've seen him twice elsewhere, and he's good. Really? So you think that you got the right moments and I got the wrong ones? Is that what it is? You don't think that yours?
Send us your video, Terry Nee.
No shit. You don't think that was the anomaly? Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I seen Ray in Pottstown. I seen Ray at Chris's wedding. So yeah. I don't know about that. I think it's somewhere else. A legend in his own mind, says the Reverend Wild Bill. And so, right, it's fine to have like a confidence in yourself, but when I see him, like when I see what he did live, and then I see him comparing himself to Bob and cutting those guys down on the Shuli Network, saying, what do they do? They pick up a pen. They don't write any jokes. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think a guy who did what I saw you do should be criticizing any other comedians. So that's kind of my take on that. Stephen Browder is laughing, which is a good thing. The Reverend Wild Bill says, I think Homeland Security, Big Brother, Police Force, beware, says the Reverend Wild Bill. Yes, it just gives them justification to do other things. I'm a connoisseur of human behavior, says Terry Nee. Well, boy, you get plenty out of Ray. The Reverend Wild Bill says, Homeland Security gave me security clearance for all of their properties. Now, that's scary, huh? Yeah, there you go. There's an example of how, like, pre-checking can bite him in the ass. They gave this guy fucking pre-checks. Fucking Wild Bill. There you go, buddy. The Reverend Wild Bill says, I worked for a security firm working with Homeland. What up, Homeland? The Live Ween says, I will be honest. Ray dances better than me. Somehow, I possess the natural rhythm necessary to play guitar. Dancing? Nope. That's cool. Terry Nee is laughing, which is good with the hearts. BK, that was great. Big Kahuna.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love when those come together. Hoyas. There's got Space Nerd checking in late. Nerd. Look at that. You got the call. Didn't even have to request it. Well, there you
Love
go.
the nerd.
We're doing a little bit of earlier show today, and you can get a Hoya.
Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya? Can I get a Hoya?
Hoya, lovely Space Nerd. I was hoping that it wouldn't be too early, that we wouldn't get at least a little bit of an appearance out of you today. I got our friend Kahuna Noise sitting in with us today. Let's see. The Space Nerd, Hoya from the Reverend Wild Bill. Good morning to you. Right back to you from Space Nerd. Hoya, the Reverend Wild Bill from Space Nerd. You got the nerd call. Mahalo, Kahuna, as well from Space Nerd.
Aloha.
About time, nerd, says Live Ween. See, people's missing you. It's early here. Come on, it's early everywhere. We got the cock-a-doodle-doo. Any cock-a-doodle. Come on, we got Mason in Portland. Mason in Portland's out your way. You don't hear him complaining. He ain't complaining about nothing. He's here. Come on. There you go. That'll wake her up.
Is Nerd on that side of the U.S.?
Nerd.
She on the West Coast?
Yes, Nerd is a Pacific Northwesterner. She will let you know. Yes. So she's out there, Pacific Northwest. She's in Oregon. Yes. She
She
us know.
must still be up then. She's another one of them that burns the candle at both ends, I think.
We love it. Sleep when I'm dead. Sleep when I'm dead. Lerv Wern, says Space Nerd. Terry Nee says Ray would have killed in 80s sitcoms. He would have killed in or killed all 80s sitcoms. I'm not sure if you meant syntax there. Let me see. I think I missed a good video. You might have missed many good videos, Space Nerd. You might have to go back and watch today because we had great new Cyke Labs content. We had Bob reading another miserable moment in miserable news history. Great stuff. We've been watching Ray, having fun with Kahuna. I told the world, docs, right there. Hoya from Space Nerd, and Gano from the Reverend Wild Bill. Space Nerd says, I love you, Big Kahuna. I love you, man.
I love you, Space Nerd.
My neighbor. I love my streams. Well, we love you too, Space Nerd. It's 11:21 everywhere important. Okay, 11:21 everywhere. What's that? The 9, 11, and 21 seconds or whatever. I know. JK says Terry Nee. Terry's getting the laughs from Space Nerd. Gano right from the Space Nerd. And Terry Nee simply says exactly. Well, this is a lot of fun today we are having here on BF Live, watching Ray's dance videos and whatnot, having a great time talking with Kahuna Nui. We'll take you up to the top of the hour right here to 12 o'clock on the East Coast.
I can't believe all the steam that Hoya video has generated from this show. You see that Hoya in so many other chats. It's just,
do you?
Oh yes.
I
don't know the last time I was in a chat and didn't see a Hoya.
Okay, that's like Granny was in here yesterday, and I think he's being half tongue in cheek, like, what is this Hoya crap and everything? But Hoya is everything. It's like a greeting, it's everything. So it was so great. Like Chris just showed up on Replayables, and that was one of the videos that he has selected. He just liked this Hoya, and I kind of knew it was a thing right away. I'm like, oh, this is kind of funky. It's kind of the fun stuff I would like to play here on BF Live. So he started there, and it started the Hoyas. It's carried over here, and like you're saying, now it's carrying over to other chats. And did you see the Replayables when we had that guy on? We actually had him on one night.
No.
Yes, dude. Within 3 weeks, I think, of Hoya becoming a thing on Replayables. Before that, Space Nerd, the lovely Space Nerd, reached out to this guy. He goes by the Synth Pop Troubadour on Steven Taylor. And she said, hey, she said, these guys on Replayables, they like you. They like your stuff. You should do their show. And him and Abels got together, and he was on our show.
So was he drinking, and you guys were counting his drinks and all that?
He might have been smoking a little bit. I think he was more of an herbalist, if I remember.
Yeah, he looks like a smoker.
But it was many hours ahead because he's literally based over in Germany. So I think he was like a day and a half ahead of us or something. He was in a whole nother time slot. But he joined us. He was a great guy. I think part of him thought that we were pulling his leg, Kahuna, because he says that he gets a lot of guff online about what's this Hoya song, what this Hoya, all of that kind of line of questioning. So, and I think he gets trolled about it. So I think he was kind of apprehensive, like thinking when the other shoe was going to drop. But
you guys didn't happen to ask him how he ever came about making up that word, did you? Or is that a word that means something somewhere else?
I don't know. I mean, the Hoya and Gano, he basically he's like a busker. He just goes out to these public markets and stuff and just kind of freestyles and everything. So I'm thinking it might have came up that way. I can't remember. We might have been too drunk or high to remember if Chris asked that question. But the funny thing that I do remember happening on that show is that we showed a video that had like an old 900 number in it. And he goes, why don't you call that number right now? And so sure enough, Chris Abels picks up the phone and calls one of the numbers. And it was enough for some goofy like kind of a chair that propped you up a certain way. It was like for a goofy item back in the day. But Chris called the number, and it ended up being for what is now the medic alert thing. Like I've fallen and I can't get up or something. Yeah. And so Chris, it's all automated like computer voices. And so Chris is in the bag and he's calling up, yeah, I want to get one of those special chairs or something. It was like and he's talking to the computers in drunk voice, and it's just trying to cue him to the next part of the call. So it was kind of funny hearing a drunk guy trying to talk to a computer about an item and all. So that happened. That guy's name is the Synth Pop Troubadour on social media. And yeah, he's been our guest on the show already. Pretty
It's
cool.
like out in Hawaii, the word aloha means hello, goodbye, and love.
Right. Hoya
it kind of sounds like Hoya.
I like somebody, I don't know if it was a nerd or somebody that came in the chat afterwards and said, there's something so great about Hoya. Like somebody could come and tell you, hey, I'm sorry that I let you know that all your family has passed away. Hoya. But, Hoya, like Hoya just kind of makes everything okay. So it's an all-purpose word for having fun. There's somebody backstage that likes having fun. He hasn't been here in a minute. I see him checking in the chat. So let's bring him in to see what's up, what's good in the Streamshow hood with him. He's the bro, he's the prop master, Scott Fitzpatrick.
Hey,
Scotty.
Been a minute.
Buddy?
Yeah, I missed Kahuna last time, and I guess I haven't been keeping up. I guess you moved the time changed on the show.
Just for today, Scott, I got to take care. We got some family business to take care of in the middle of the day showtime. So just one day today. I did a special 9 o'clock start today, buddy. How you been?
Well, yeah, I'm doing good. I got my walk in and everything, and I missed Kahuna the last time he was here, and I was getting ready to check in for 11 o'clock, but I seen you guys on, so here I am.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad you did, buddy, because like I said, it's been a minute since you've been on and all. But yeah, we're hanging out with Kahuna. I had to do an early show today, and so I know Kahuna, I thought he might be available sometime, so I threw out the link, and he was nice enough to jump on with us, man.
Yeah, I missed you, man.
Yeah, been a while.
Yeah, you want to come back to us?
Oh, here and there. I've been so far behind on work because of all this nonsense that I've been really burning the candle at both ends trying to get caught up. And
yeah, it definitely.
I'm seeing light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm not quite there yet.
I definitely feel that because I jumped in toes and everything when I started doing podcasting and all. So I definitely relate to what you're saying. Definitely, as far as like trying to find a good balance with everything, and sometimes you just gotta stop one and take care of the other, basically, right?
If your other half doesn't watch this shit or get it or nothing,
nope.
they don't have much tolerance for it.
That can be.
Actually, my wife is pretty accepting because she sees how happy it makes me to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe she just wants more time without me. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, she's really accepting of the whole thing.
I didn't hear it before, but so glad I have Hoya in my life, and we thank you for making that connection. You hear it a lot in kung fu movies. Hoya, 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 Hoya. Let's see. Live Ween has an opinion about Hoya. In Russian, Dick is spelled X-Y-N, Zin, and it is pronounced Hoy, not joking. There you go. That's a more you know from our friend Live Ween. Yeah, Scott, we were talking about your boy Ray. See, you must have showed up to defend Ray, didn't you? I had to let Kahuna Nui know that you and Terry Nee are probably the two biggest Ray defenders that I know of, buddy.
So, I guess, me and Kahuna don't really, we don't have the same. I'm Jake Hudson. I'm a Jake Hudson fan, and Kahuna ain't. And what's up with Ray?
Don't make me go get my T-shirt.
Yeah, we were just talking about how we just somehow the conversation ended up going toward Ray and dancing and all that stuff. So I ended up showing we were showing Ray's dance video from the Abel's wedding and all that stuff, and then we showed this.
Oh yeah, the Ray.
We showed Kahuna dancing and all. So we went to having fun, just talking about dancing and fun and everything, and comedy and all that stuff, buddy. So glad you joined us for a little bit today.
Thanks for having me.
You getting the love here in the chat. Let's see everybody's checking in.
Ween.
Space Nerds giving you the love. Mandy Diff giving you the love. Hoya got me through 9/11. See, it helps people. Scott, you've been asleep for months. It's 2025 and we hit daylight savings time. Normal start time for BF Live today. That is true. I didn't want to tell him live, Ween. Figured he figured it out on his own. Terry Nee, you misspelled Hoy D. Terry Nee says, Scott, I just stalked Kahuna. You're not alone. So yeah, you've been. Go ahead.
Kahuna, I don't know if he's doing the same thing to you, but he's good at it.
What's that?
He's a detective. He's a detective. He's a bounty hunter, man.
Is that right?
Yeah. For my shorts, I do my walking videos. He's
he figures shit out from your videos.
Yeah, that, and then just whatever words you let slip. But yeah, he's got me down. You could dox me if you wanted.
Google Earth is amazing.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. I think he's finding like certain landmarks and water towers and pictures, and he's doxing him, figuring out where he is, and then he's like taunting you by sending you like these pictures, right? Letting you know.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of like it's becoming like a Where's Waldo or whatever that game is. With the
I used to do a lot of that many years ago before Google, when my wife. I had mentioned that we dated in high school, and then we went our separate ways and got back together again in 2001. And I would look up where she lived, and I'd find like landmarks near her, and there was a gas station just down the street. So I called there one time and asked the name of the manager there, and they gave me that. So then I'm texting with her, emailing her, and I said, yeah, I know so-and-so down at the gas station down the street from you. She's like, no way.
Whoa. That's pretty clever, dude, man. That's some early game. So you were working that game. I've heard stories where
she's been creeped out ever since.
I bet. Well, I hear stories similar to that where apparently this new fad or new thing that some of these young ladies are doing is that when they see an attractive man on Facebook or social media, they contact the mother, or they find other ways to find out about him. And so it's like, oh, there's this nice girl that I know. And so then when they make the connection and they go, oh, you have a son? Oh, I didn't know that. And the mother ends up hooking them up with the son. So they're befriending the mothers of guys that they like on social media.
I have a stalker still from high school that does exactly that. When we dated, she got really close with my mom, and they're still close today. Okay. And she stalks me constantly.
Wow.
It's insane. And I've chewed my mom out several times about giving her my address and phone number. And I've had to change my phone because of her.
Wow. So
she showed up at my door many years ago when I lived in a different town. She showed up at my front door at 1 a.m. with her suitcase.
Damn. You must.
And we weren't even dating then.
Holy
we weren't
shit.
dating.
Kahuna, let me in. You must have threw that dick down the right way.
I packed her shit in the car and I hauled her right back to where she came from.
It's like, you better carry your ass in that car and get the hell out of here. You better ease on down the road. All right. Got that one. And in Russian, dicky means wild. A Russian customer of mine opened a Western bar and named it Dicky Bills in honor of me and the barbershop, says the Reverend Wild Bill checking in. Let's see. Live Ween. Hashtag Dicky Bills. Matt says, the prop master, Sector 7, welcome home sanitarium.
Man, I've been on Jason's show in so long. How's Sector 7 doing?
You know, I've kind of got off... I've been on as much as I have. I guess I probably haven't been on in a week, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit out of touch.
Scott, I
over
ended up
there.
hanging out with Wendy for a time last night.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
I checked in with Wendy. She's always throwing us the link, so I actually had a little bit of time. I jumped in. It was just me and her for a minute, and then Bobby, his ears must have been burned or something. Then Bobby jumped in, and a couple other people jumped in.
I was
We had
gonna
a good
try
old-
and jump on there last night. She was asking me how come I never show up there anymore, and it's like, man, it's just too late. I'm always trying to jump in the shower about that time, and then Jason's show is just so late. I gotta stop doing it. I can't get up in the morning when I'm on there. Even in the chat, I'll sit in the chat for an hour till I fall asleep, but I should have been asleep an hour earlier.
Hey-oh. Live Ween says, Dickie Bills. That's what you get from the urologist. Hey-oh. That is rad, Reverend Wild Bill. Hoya Matt from our friend Space Nerd. Mert. Oh, no. Zeno. Live Ween's laughing, saying, ha. Pussy is pizda in Russian. Thank you, Live. Thank you, Mr. Crow. It's Mr. Crow and me. How you doing? That's another more you know. We're learning all kind of stuff here. Call. Get the crow call from Scott. I always say, if you're not careful, you just might learn something before you're done. Anytime you watch BF Live. Kicked in the hoy. You got kicked in the hoy. Ooh, I hate when that happens. Hoya Crow from the Space Nerd. I will exen you. Let me see. Gas just checks in and says, I assume before podcasting, Kahuna sat in her recliner grunting all day. Is that what you did?
Not
Archie
all day,
Bunker
but
chair?
in the evenings.
In the evenings, yeah. Scratching your balls. Some bitch, come on, where the dinner?
Yeah, now we got another puppy, so that
Do
takes
ya?
up that takes up our evenings.
Boy, that's like having a new kid. How old is your puppy?
Oh, she must be about 3.5 months now.
Ooh, really? That's
we
really
found
young.
her. Found her in
Found
the
her?
yard up at the cabin.
Is that that Chihuahua thing that was got ran over
Yeah,
or something?
Lulu.
Oh. Okay, yeah,
Lulu.
yeah. So it pulled through. It made it.
Yeah, somebody had tossed her out of a car. She had a concussion real bad and some bunch of, her face
Walk
was pretty
circles.
scun up. Yeah.
That's terrible.
No,
Well,
she
that's
kind
cool.
of she pulled out of that whole concussion thing. She's pretty much normal now.
That's cool. So, were you anticipating wanting a dog, or did you
No.
desire having another pet?
No. Well, we have one.
Yeah.
And that's more than enough. He's needy.
Yeah.
we have one, but two is too much. But
I bet it fell out of a car window. I bet that's how that come about.
I've tossed that idea around. We put it on Facebook to see if anybody would we figured a lot of people would try to claim her, but we didn't have one hit on it.
Wow.
Not one.
Wow.
But the only way I was going to give it up is if they had a nursing mother and the rest of the litter. But we thought she was only about 4 weeks old. She turned
Isn't that
out
funny?
she was 8.
8 weeks old. I've had that experience too, where I've had a couple pets find me rather than going out and finding pets. It's like the pets find you, right?
She was almost dead. My wife came and she was picking up branches in the yard.
Yeah.
She came and got me and said, "We got a dead dog in the yard."
Holy
I'm
shit.
like, "Oh, there's no way there's a dead dog here." We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I go over there and it's like we stood and stared at it for a little bit. I was feeling so bad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I saw the stomach move.
Ooh.
And I'm like, she's still alive. I didn't
Wow.
even know it was a she then, but
wow.
then I picked her up and the ear wiggled a little bit, but she was
Oh,
pretty much just about gone. We took her in the house and it took us probably a couple hours of eyedroppers of milk and water trying to bring her back. And
that's amazing.
An hour
then
or
my,
a bald
my
eagle or
wife ran
something
to the nearest town, which is a half hour away, and got some puppy formula, which I didn't even know they made.
Yeah, I didn't either. Puppy, so like liquid puppy formula. That's amazing, bro. And so you're saying the dog's on the good side of it now?
Yeah, she's got some scars on the side of her head, some battle wounds, but
Yeah.
the vet gave us some anti-inflammatory drops, and that concussion, after about day 6, you could see the improvements a lot day by day. By day 10, she was pretty much past that.
That's amazing. It'd be nice to see some video of the dogs playing or something. See how good.
I got a couple videos on my YouTube channel.
Do you?
Yep.
All right. Well, I don't have it in my chat and all, but tell everybody where they can find you on YouTube.
My my
Oh, there you go.
YouTube and Twitter handle are right there. Kahuna Nui at Kahuna Nui 952. Go sign up to both.
There you
Follow
go.
me on both.
On Twitter X or
Yep.
on YouTube, Kahuna Nui 91952 or just
Nope,
952.
952.
Right? 952. That I look
Yep.
like a 1. Kahuna Nui 952 on X and YouTube. Hoya Space Nerd from Mr. Crow. HWO, by the way. Hudson World Order. Really?
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Matt gets it.
Jake, how you doing there, buddy? I heard, so I didn't know that. I never really knew Kahuna's take until I heard you mention it, Scott. So you're not too tolerant of the Jake thing, or what is your opinion, take on on the whole Jake thing there, Kahuna?
He has not been he's not been very nice to a lot of people. And I always thought it was just his Asperger's thing,
Yeah.
And I got talking to him backstage one time. I used to do a show twice a week, probably, whenever I could.
Right.
And he told me in advance what he was going to do to Jib.
Really?
And I thought he was just dreaming out loud or something, I didn't. And then he went through with it. And it's like, that son of a bitch is calculated.
He is calculated.
Oh, yeah.
I have learned
He
that.
knows what he's doing.
Yes, like he tries to fool people thinking that he's not dumb by any means. He might be limited or different, but he's not dumb.
I heard him apologize to Wendy the other night on
Whoa, really? That's good.
Yeah, he called into Bobby on Lunatic Lounge
Mm-hmm.
and apologized to Wendy, and then I asked Bobby, it was either on the stream or backstage, if he apologized to Jib, because that was the thing that was holding me up with him, is what he did to Jib, and Bobby said
I don't know
he did
many
apologize
specifics.
to Jib.
I don't know any specifics about what Jake did directly to Jib or anything.
He used him for Jib sent him 5 T-shirts.
Okay.
That isn't cheap, and Jib does not have that kind of money to be tossing
Kind of
around
budget, right?
like that.
Mhm.
That was amazing that he did that.
Yeah, 5 is a lot of anything.
But then he just shit on Jib, and it's like, you fucker. I was so mad at him.
Well, he's definitely a convenience guy, I've seen Jake on both sides of it, because Jake will say, "Oh, fuck you, Rob Saul, you can kiss my ass," and then I've seen him do the Rob Saul show right after that. So he follows the path of least resistance. He'll go whoever kind of needs it, right, Scott?
Yeah, and he's absorbed everything about this world, so he knows how to make content and what's going to get some views in his
he
mind.
does. I know that Scott and I have been on the screen with him many times where he's been on with certain people, and he knows to go, hey, didn't so-and-so say this about you, so-and-so? And he'll know that it'll just launch a whole side fucking conversation. He'll start an argument. He used to do it with like Andrew and Shayna, right?
Yep.
He'd be like, Andrew, weren't you on here talking to a girl or something like that? Because he knows it's going to start a whole dramatic kind of side argument. So he definitely knows the game and knows how to manipulate these conversations. Absolutely.
Definitely.
And
But where he might be a shorter handicap in some ways, but he's got super human strength in the other ways.
Right. It might be limited in certain ways, but he's not dumb, and I say that all the time. All from Space Nerd. Scott, that albino deer at your park is just Terry Nee's robotic camera drone. That makes sense. And Scott, you shared that cool video. What did I say? That's like 1 in 3 million that you see like a white deer or something?
Yeah, like we've got a bunch of them up by our lake cabin.
You have white deer?
Yeah, they're about 15 miles from us. There's like 3 of them. I don't know how long deer live, but they must breed albinos. If you're an albino deer, you must have albino little ones, because this has been going on for like 20 years. I can't imagine a deer could live that long.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially albino. Albino's got a little more of a struggle living.
Yeah.
By the way,
I just can't
when
believe
you got
the
all
hunters don't pop them just to get that white head mounted on the wall.
Wayne's got a whole backyard full of deer that he's tamed where they'll come and eat out of his hand. And I don't know if you make videos or if you even do YouTube videos, but you can make some shorts out of them, man, and tear it up.
I've got a lot of deer on our security cameras up at the cabin there. We had once we had 8 in the yard at once. That's the most we've ever had. But yeah, that would be cool. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of there's a guy that's got like 50 deer come to his yard when he comes out, and he's feeding them out of buckets and out of his hand, and
that's the way Wayne was
amazing.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne, he changed his whole situation. He's like out in the middle of I think within the first day of him moving into their new place, he was putting out a couple videos of the deer showing up and stuff like that. So yeah, that'd be cool to see. Oh, let's see. If I lend anyone money, just remember this. That's their name. Nui Stalker apparently needs more MOAR, says the big more big kahuna. There you go. Yeah, you got that girl stalker from back in the day. Your stalker from back in the day.
Yeah.
Don't have the
I haven't heard from her now in about 5 years. Fingers crossed.
Wow. Yeah, but I thought that's some really long game stuff where these women are finding an attractive guy out there and they don't know how to have no other kind of way inroad to him. So they get familiar with mama, have a Facebook friendship with him. Oh, I know this sweet girl. Let me introduce you to my son. And mama just takes care of it for him. With the Russians for years, and they taught me only swear words, says Live Wing. Who doesn't love the pizza? Well, what we got? Assholes. Wait a minute. What assholes are we talking about? Not sure what we're talking about.
Oh, she's talking about when we was talking about throwing a dog out a window and however it got hurt.
Ooh, yeah, that's not cool. Well, yeah, that sucks. A hawk probably carried the puppy there and dropped it. Maybe
that was my original theory. We have a lot of fox, coyotes, eagles, and we thought that an eagle could have done it because there's nobody nearby us that would have dogs or has dogs.
Wow, yeah.
And
really.
But if it was an eagle or a hawk, they puncture.
You would have found a puncture.
When they clamp with their claws, you got deep holes.
Probably.
She only had one spot it wasn't deep, but it was bigger.
Wow.
And the other ones were all tiny little nicks.
So then I guess you're only left to assume that it was either like dropped out of a car or ran a great far distance maybe to get to you.
I don't know. We don't know, but we kind of ruled out the hawk or eagle thing just because of the markings.
Yeah.
I've seen when they've dropped fish.
Yeah.
The fish, man, those things just are punctured severely.
But you never know because dogs, I mean, there are many stories probably in our lifetime of dogs that have traversed, many, many miles or lived, found 10 years after they've been missing and stuff like that.
Yeah, but she was only 8 weeks old at the time.
8 weeks, that's terrible. Yeah, that's
and
terrible.
She had that concussion. She was walking in circles. She wouldn't walk a straight line for more than 10
Just
feet.
like you said.
And we found her about 125 feet from the highway.
Wow.
So it was like, I don't know
a lot
how
of
she made it
circles
that far.
to get there. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I like to think that those things happen for a reason, and you
Well, that's why we kept her. We couldn't,
can't help it, right? Like there's a reason
Yeah.
that this dog has presented itself to me, right? Yep. I get you.
She's
on
a
that one.
sweetheart.
Live Ween, that's an amazing story, Nui. Lulu sounds amazing. Chihuahuas require extra teeth care to avoid extractions at a young age, says Live Ween.
Really?
Interesting.
We have dental chews that we always give the other dogs, so we've been giving them to her too.
Doggy Dental. Solid logic there, Cherry Knee, says Live Ween. Live Ween says Lulu probably hired the hawk or Uber, and there was a midair collision with another hawk, maybe. FJH with eagles and with bears. Okay, he's effing them, all of them. Shit. Eagles and bears. Oh my. I always took my wife Chihuahuas out. Wait a minute. I always took my wife's Chihuahua out, hoping for a hawk or an owl that night. I get it. Okay. Like the little motherfucker
Yeah, I
don't like
know.
me.
That's what we were thinking, but
Sorry, honey. I know that your dog doesn't like me, your Chihuahua, but it was swept up and taken away by an eagle. Sorry. Bye. Get a new dog. Sounds like Terry Nee was being cock-blocked by the dog. Let's see. Live Ween says, Mr. Crow, I remember hearing Cyke all the time. They would say a word and after the sound like a bullet, but booyah. What does that one mean? The Reverend Wild Bill says, ass burgers, not to be confused with pussy tacos. Hey-oo. Jake is severely mentally damaged physiologically. Interesting. So he's just messed up in the head and has messed up his body and his thinking and everything. Is a theory of our friend Terry Nee. I can't put my dragon outside because we have a red-tailed hawk that tries to get him. Yeah, don't put those Komodo dragons out there. They will eat him up. Wild Bill, Butt Pie? Whoop. It's the sequel to a book written by Butt Cake, The Golden Child. Sharing some information. Hello, Live Ween. The Gimme Bezos says, there's nothing like getting your show hijacked, trying to get the genie back in the bottle. Yeah, Gimme Bezos. And you kind of see that happen a couple times. I tried to have Jake on here, maybe have Jake featured or something on here, and Jake will go ahead and read the chats and produce the show and take you in whole other directions that you maybe weren't intending to go. And sometimes that's fun, but it's not fun when you have a kind of a plan. The 6-year lifespan on a deer, says our friend Mandy Diff. Live Ween says, if anyone wants live deer feeding on a panel, say the word, they are a whistle away. Uh-oh. He's whistling.
Cool.
He's like the Tarzan of deer. He's like summoning deer. There you go.
Live Ween, you should have a YouTube channel and put up videos of that.
And that would be a thing, wouldn't it?
I would subscribe.
Check it out. Yeah, we'll check out your videos. And a lot of times, I saw you do it yesterday. If you're part of the Replayables Discord, 100 Proof Podcasting Discord, let me see if I can find a link for you. Live Ween was on there yesterday. He likes to play guitar, and he went on there live yesterday. And you can kind of do it. Shoot, they have like these dial-up channels, these phone channels, if you will, that you can use for that. Let me get the latest link for 100 Proof Podcasting. Let's do this. Invite people. Copy. I'm going to throw it in the chat right here. This is for 100 Proof Podcasting. Whoop. Boom. And that's the Chris Abels kind of Discord for his channel, 100 Proof Podcasting, where he does Killing with the Abels. He does that where he sits around with Liz, and she talks about her favorite true crime stories, and Chris interrupts her. Nah. But that's on like Thursdays and Saturdays. You can see Killing with the Abels on 100 Proof Podcasting. That's his channel on YouTube. And I threw the link right there. The latest Discord link right here, that is for it. And if you go in there, it's absolutely free. It's like a messaging service. And you can see Live Ween and some of our other friends. They might pop up and do playing some guitar or doing some stuff that they like. Ween, he is on after this. I don't know. He went on after yesterday's show. Maybe he'll tell us in the chat if he's going to go on today. Let's see who's checked in now. We have to watch. Oh, got a big jump here. Wild Bill, we got that one. Nothing like getting here. Oh, we got the genie back in the bottle. We got the lifespan on the deer. We got the live feeding. There was a family of albinos, people who lived on a farm near me. Doesn't quite count, Terry. We're talking about deer today. The Wild Bill
Pretty
says,
cool, anyway.
yeah, yeah, right. A whole family of them. That would be funny.
I'd still watch that video.
That is true. I would too. I couldn't look away when you see all the people with the albino skin and everything.
Pink eyes.
Yeah, pink eyes. Live Ween, Brenda's beaver needs a barber, says the Red Wild Bill. The Live Ween says, Mandy, whitetails can live up to 20 years. Another more you know. Hold up. Wow, Ween. Mandy Diff says, I have to watch what I type in Joey C chat. It wound up on Tukey Soup last night. Did it?
I watched that last night. I didn't remember seeing that.
Did you?
I must have fell asleep.
And shout out to our friend Cardiff Electric, who is now Rumble exclusive. I believe I might have stopped running his link, but check out Cardiff Electric on Rumble too as well. One of our 4 main does Outback is up in years, says the Live Ween. You can tell it's older. How many regulars do you have, Ween? We got 4, nerd. Joyce Gray and little Rosemary Kennedy. Wow, Lil and Rosemary Kennedy. Got them all names. I have a doe that sleeps under our apple tree. We have a fenced-in yard, and it knows that it's safe, says the Red and Wild Bill checking in from the ATL. Hell yeah, Bill. Apple trees are one of their favorite things in the world. The Live Ween says, we just moved and plan to plant a ton of apple trees. They are precious animals, says Space Nerd. Great idea. B Bezos. Dang Lizard's checking in from across the pond. Hey, Dang. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for checking in today. I hit you a little early today because I got some stuff to do at my regular 12 p.m. start time. So that's why you're seeing me already on. Matter of fact, we're about to pull this train into the station because I came on at 9 a.m. East, but I still brought you 3 hours of live original content because I loved you. I wouldn't want to miss a show today. If I missed the show today, I would have been like, oh, man, I feel so bad. I wonder what Space Nerd's up to. I wonder what everybody's up to.
That's dedication right there.
Thank you, man. I love this shit. These guys make me feel so great. And look, if I didn't come on at noon, what would happen? BF, what happened, man? No show today? What the fuck's up, man? What's going on? So my chat family would give me the business. They would razz me and give me the hard time. So I had to show them the love today. Hoya to you, Dang Lizard. Is that Kahuna Nui? That is Kahuna Nui.
I see Dang Lizard in a lot of chats when I go in.
Yes, very much so. And I always
Cool
tell
dude.
everybody, you got to tune in to BF Live, even when I'm on at 12 o'clock East every day, because you never know who's going to show up. And today is a perfect example of that because I asked, and our friend Kahuna joined us to sit in today. So, yes.
I should have just said no. I just stole his background.
Hi-yo. There you go. Hoya Dang from the Space Nerd. Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody new checking in. Kahuna's best girlfriend. Big Kahuna, I heard you were here. I haven't seen you in 5 years. Where did you go when you dropped me off in the country?
Yeah, that's what I should have
shit.
did. I took her back to her old house.
Oh, shit. And that's why.
Drop her off like a chihuahua.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Just threw her out the car window. It's all starting to add up now, isn't it?
I was nice enough to ask her if she wanted her luggage back, though.
Well, Kahuna's best girlfriend, leave Kahuna's mom alone, okay? Kahuna don't want anything more to do with you. The old days are old. Leave him know. Kahuna's moved on now. He's got a new lady, got a new life. Let him be. Brandy Wine checks in. Our new friend and friend of many deaths.
Hey, Brandy Wine.
Our latest.
Oh, that's right. That's Mandy's friend.
Yes, it is. They were hanging out the other day when Brandy first joined us, sitting on their bed watching the show. And Brandy Wine is trying to encourage Mandy to come do replayables.
There you go.
I think that'd be right. Don't you want to see her do that? I said, even if she does it with a filter or with the camera off, just kind of having her energy there, I think would be a good thing. But Brandy's going to talk her into it. How you doing, Brandy Wine? The Live Ween says, we will be streaming on Rumble soon. Planning to jump on 100 Proof Podcast today after BF Live. And there's the link. If you click on that, you can join. It's absolutely free. For those that don't Discord, it's just like a messenger service with an attitude. It has all kind of subcategories and different places you can go. You can private message people. Click on that, and you can get all the latest kind of information on all the podcasts that are going on. Discord for 100 Proof Podcasting, and you can see Live Ween maybe later on there. He's on after that. Ween, they were probably saying Bayat spelling. I think it's like saying fucking. Says Cyke. Hoya Brandy from the lovely Mandy Diff. Angry Iguana's here. Look out. Uh-oh. Is the urinator here? The urinator? You mean
Chris fucking Abel?
No, Chris Abel has not been around yet, Angry Iguana. We'll let you know. Mandy Diff says there was nothing bad, but I was like, oh shit, other people watch. Yeah, that's funny, Mandy Diff, when you have fun with these shows, and I know Scott knows a little bit about this too, and you want to chat and you want to get a reaction out of them, Scott, but then it's intimidating that first couple times when you get like a reaction out of Bob Levy or something like that, then you're like, oh shit, they're really paying attention, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. It's intimidating, and sometimes I'd feel uncomfortable. I'm like, oh, did I go too far? Are they going to not laugh at this or something like that? So I know how you feel.
Thank God for your laugh button. It has bailed me out so many times.
Yeah, I wear it out. Let's see. The Big Kahuna is going to be a big time one day, y'all. Mark my words. He's going to take the world by storm.
Thanks, Donks. I love that dude.
There you go. Thanks for checking in. It's been a world by storm. Hoya Donkey Kong from Space Nerd. The Space Nerd says, I say yes. Donkey Kong says, oh yeah, I forgot my bean shipment goes out today. I got preoccupied with other shit the other day, but pork and beans Tampa, Florida, here they come.
He's sending Joey a bunch of pork and beans.
Pork and beans. Ha ha. You have lost it. Ha ha ha. Franks and Beans says Space Nerd. Mandy Dev is laughing at Donks. Donks isn't far from me, says Mandy Dev. And the Dang Lizard says, DJ Bayat, man, I was made in Russia. Well, you know, folks, it is exactly 11:59 where I'm at. I got to cut it off. I can't get much into the ish today because I got some personal business to take care of after this. But I so enjoyed jumping on here early. Thank you guys for finding me. Thanks for the love, the energy, the super chats. And thank you to the big Kahuna Nui, for joining us today.
Yeah, man, anytime you do a morning thing like this, send me the link. This is perfect time for me.
Thank you, buddy.
I can't do your later show. I'm out and about. But
okay, well, if I ever consider,
unless it's raining,
raining
or windy.
Well, I'm gonna give you a close up. Any last words you want to say, buddy?
Hit me up on YouTube and Twitter.
YouTube and Twitter, right
at
there, like
Kahuna Nui 952.
KAHUNANUI 952 on YouTube and Twitter X. Thank you for joining us today, man. Like I always told you, you're always welcome here, and I'm glad you were accepted the last-minute invitation, my friend. I think you made the morning show a lot more fun. Scott Fitzpatrick, my buddy, today is Wednesday, so what are you going to be up to tonight? You got any ideas? What are you doing next?
I'm going to try to make Jason Bardot X's, whether it's Bored to Death or Here in Hell or whatever he's calling it this tonight. But at midnight, he does something every midnight, and Bobby, Nick, and me, and sometimes Kahuna shows up there. By the way, Kahuna, I think I can speak for the rest of the No Filter guys. You got an open invitation there anytime, man.
No, I know. It's just I work so late. I go from sun up to sundown pretty much. I made an exception this morning, but I have to get caught up. I've just gotten so far behind on my work. No, I popped in. I was on.
Yeah, I missed you a few
Lunatic
times.
Lounge the other night.
Yep, that's the night I missed. Yep.
Very good. Well, it's always great having Scott Fitzpatrick. I'm glad you'll be able to check in after a couple of days, Scott. So, like, today is Wednesday, so no filter tonight or nothing.
Yeah,
but,
no.
Yeah, maybe tonight on Jason Bardot X. I saw the other night they did Heaven. Last night they did Hell. You never know what it's going to be. So show up at about midnight East Coast time, 12 o'clock. You can see what's going on Jason Bardot X's channel with Scott and the boys. And I will let you know, since it is Wednesday, I'm going to be on the Levy-verse tonight doing replayables. The best I can say right now is kind of tune in at 8 and see if we're going to go at 8 or going at 10. That way you'll be covered either way. I'm not 100% sure if it's 8 or 10, but we will be there drinking, smoking, laughing, and joking. You guys show up, spin the wheel, super chat, and we'll see what kind of fun we can get into. So for my friend Kahuna Nui joining us today, thank you, my friend. Scott Fitzpatrick.
Thank you.
For the great chat family. Thank you for always being here for BF Live. Thanks for chasing me and finding me here at this early start time. Be here tomorrow, Thursday, at our regular scheduled time, 12 noon East, 12 to 3-ish, for our next episode of BF Live Stream Show 146. Peace and love. Have the great rest of your Wednesday, y'all. And don't forget to join me tonight on the Levy-verse. But for now, we're out of here, y'all. Have a great day. See ya. Boom.
Peace.
Peace.